Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 203, presented by Hair Club, baby.
Yeah. What up? What up, everybody?
Is everybody saying hi, Cam? Everybody's saying hi to you right now?
Let me talk to everybody else out there. What's up? I hope you guys had a good weekend. I just want everybody to know that I'm getting better at fucking golf.
No,
just so everybody
because I'm hearing
knows.
from other people, Cam, that you're not.
No, I'm getting better. No, I swear to God I am.
You're not playing golf when you don't hit from the tee box.
I hit from the whites. No, Andy, don't act like you know what the hell you're talking about. The whites is where you're supposed to hit from.
I will say this, Waggle Golf, getyourwaggleon.com. Check it out. Get there today. They've got hoodies.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Give me some of them damn things. I wear that shit everywhere I go.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pumping their tires up. I golf every fuck day now.
I'm a psycho. Okay. No, you don't. Every day?
Kate and I golf every day. She's even getting invited by all the women folk in the subdivision to golf.
That's nice.
And she's hanging out, and I go, girl, I told all the women in the subdivision when I'm toe dragging them, I go, listen to me. Invite my wife out. A, I need her out of the fucking house. And B, I need her to get good because when women are good at golf, it's gosh dang sexy. It's a sexy thing. Now, not all women's sports are sexy.
I don't think it's that sexy.
It's not. If I'm going to rank the sexiness of all sports, golf is at the top. Golf, dancing, maybe volleyball.
No.
And then to the very last, what do you think I'm thinking of? What's the most unsexy sport for women?
Softball.
No.
Really?
Nah.
Hold on. Wrestling?
Well,
because a lot of women out there wrestle.
Like what kind of wrestling? NCAA wrestling?
They wrestle on the mats.
Yeah, I don't like girls getting...
The wrestling cheerleaders were always interesting, too, because a lot of times the wrestling cheerleaders couldn't make...
Are you answering the question because you rambling about nonsense? Like, what do you think...
Football?
Yeah, but we're talking about major sports that women actually
That's
play.
A major sport. And a lot of women do play. They kick. They do a number of things.
No wonder you get chirped a lot by the fans.
They play quarterback.
Stupid-ass things like...
Dude, Google it. There's a lot of women that are playing football.
Okay, fine. Football would probably be the worst, but it's basketball. I think women's basketball is the unsexiest sport a woman can play. Yeah, I just think their shorts are really long.
I used to like Lisa Leslie.
Their shorts are really long.
Cheryl Swoops.
Basketball is like the most, like, if I'm gonna watch a women's sport, that's like the least one I'm gonna watch and be like, wow, they're doing good. I don't mind soccer because they don't flop. Volleyball, obviously, because they're sexy looking. Golf is the sexiest damn thing if a woman could fucking bomb a ball not 300.
I disagree,
down the pipe,
dude.
You're like that. And not to mention, when you have a girl on your team, when you're playing these tournaments, dude, they could just hit it right in the fairway because they're hitting from the ladies' tees. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's good to have a girl that knows what they're doing.
The sexiest female sport is tennis.
Tennis is kind of cool.
And it always has been. Golf is not. Golf, I mean, you get a lot of
their outfits.
Unsexy.
I don't know.
Now, if they're wearing the Waggle Golf, that changes things. That'll make you look sexy. But I would not say golf.
Well, that's your
for women. Well, it's your
what do you guys all
too.
think out there, homies?
Well, let us
of course,
know.
Andy knows about all kinds of things here. But
I've seen a number of women dunk too, one-handed, two-handed.
Hey, I was watching because you're forced to watch WNBA highlights, in the morning because you're on ESPN.
It's on SportsCenter.
It's on SportsCenter. They shove it in your face like we care. And they went on a 2-on-0 fast break, and the girl's like 6'6", and she stops what she's doing and she just lays it up. I'm like, you can't dunk that.
No, that's a smart play.
She's 6'6". She can't dunk.
That's a smart play. See, you don't even know. You don't know the situation in the game, how much time was left. Those 2 points probably meant something.
Literally, they went down 100 miles an hour. They stopped, and they're like, I'm just going to lay it up. Like, she's literally 6'6".
That's how you play the game. I mean, what do you want her to do? Do a tomahawk dunk? I mean, listen,
don't know, kind of.
Sometimes you're just
How about lower the rim?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'd watch that.
Well, they don't. That's sexist if you say it. According to Shaquille O'Neal said it one time on TNT.
What do you say?
And the one chick that played
Candace Parker, she's got amazing ball handling skills.
That's cool. So anyway, so she looks at Shaq. Shaq's like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, if you want to build your sport up, because obviously that sport is not built up at all. They're subsidized by the NBA by about 30 schmil a year. They're losing like $30 million a year.
I think you're being you're being a little sexist here. You're being anti-WNBA.
I don't mean to be. No, I don't mean to be sexist.
WNBA.
Okay, fine. I'm just being maybe on that particular sport. But I said golf is all when girls are good at golf.
I told you the highest rated television game or basketball game on television this year will be Brittany Griner's first game back.
This year. She ain't getting back.
Oh, you don't think this year?
No one's even talking about her anymore. Well, I feel bad for her.
I know. It's
get
not
her back.
Get her back.
I know.
It's like a
give them the terrorists. What do you want?
Well, that guy's a little crazy. Who looks like a Roman Greco wrestler with the mustache. I kind of like to hang on to him, actually.
Yeah, and to see what he's all about.
Well, just to not like let him loose. Like, we don't need that guy on the
We don't
loose.
want to do what Barack Obama did with Bo Bergdahl. Remember that whole charade?
Who was that?
Bo Bergdahl. He
heard
left
about
his
that.
post,
Oh, yeah.
and then he gets caught, and then all of a sudden he gets captured, and all of a sudden we give back literally fucking terrorists. And then 2 years later, they actually killed people in a terrorist attack who we gave away. So it's like, you got to watch that. But on the other hand, it's like, get that poor girl back. She fucked up, but man, oh man, like get that poor girl back.
I've seen.
Although if I was in jail, just so you know, if I was in a Russian jail, Brittany Griner wouldn't even fucking know about it. And she wouldn't give a fuck, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, but you're not one of the most famous and one of the best athletes on the planet.
Okay.
One of the best dunkers.
You're such a goofball.
Hey,
like,
Cam.
You really are.
Hey, Cam, you know what?
Like, I know you got daughters, and I love that your family's so goddamn cute, but, like, be realistic. Like, you watch WNBA? Like, come on.
Do I watch it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes. Listen, Candace Parker has a hell of a crossover. Sue Bird just retiring.
I get you, man. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
It's fucking badass.
Candace Parker, her ability to go to her right, to her left, to pull up. She can beat you off the dribble. She can get to the rim.
It's unbelievable.
Now, what would that? Listen, if you ever played in the KHL, you go over there, dude. What are they going to find in your suitcase, dude?
I'm not going over there. That's specifically why I'm not going over there. Who knows what I'd bring over? I wouldn't bring anything over. I try to find it there. But, I ain't playing. They offered me to play in Russia.
Who did?
A team. My agent's like, what do you think about Russia?
You should have gone.
Fuck that.
Was it the top league?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I was going to go be a heavyweight over there and just fight
They
people.
don't have heavyweights, do they?
Yeah, they do, Andy.
They fight over there in the KHL? I don't think they do a whole lot.
You're ultra ignorant today with things.
Cam.
Like, you're ultra ignorant.
You're telling me in the KHL, even when fighting was big in the NHL.
They're killing each other now, dude. There's fights left and right.
Dude, there's no heavyweights on each team.
There are, Kate. Or Andy. You sound like Kate.
I don't see too many Russian fighters come over the years.
No, it's not Russian fighters, you donkey dick. It's guys coming over there fucking just like in the fucking Nottingham, the league I played in over there. I'm not fighting Brits. I'm fighting North American dudes over there.
Listen, this is another one where the fact checkers will come through and Cam will be way off.
Then do it. Fact check me all you want.
I mean,
I'm trying to entertain people here.
You got like heavyweights.
What are they going to fact check me on?
KHL?
No, Cam. WNBA is so cool. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. It is. My bad on that. I'm just telling y'all, if I'm gonna rank sports, women's sports, the basketball is like the toughest to watch, in my opinion. That's all. It's my opinion. I love all y'all. We have a ton of women that listen. I love all y'all. I'm just not watching you play basketball.
I just emceed a very big event here in St. Louis with Nancy Lopez, one of the best female golfers of all time.
Well, she's cool.
She used to be married to Ray Knight from the New York Mets.
Nah, I don't know.
Although we were told not to talk about that with her. I don't think her and Ray had a...
What did Ray do?
I don't
know.
Little
domestic violence?
No, I don't know what he did. I mean, listen, I don't want to throw that out there. I have no idea why, they got divorced and what led to it. But listen, Annika Sorenstam, I just don't find golf over the years, female golfers, to be all that sexy. Now, if you're talking about like the ladies that hang out at the country club eat sandwiches and sit
Andy.
together, that's a different story.
I'm not talking about any of that shit. I'm just saying, as far as like, if a woman hits a golf ball 200 yards down the fucking pipe and I'm shanking these goddamn, it's a sexy thing to me. I look at you like, goddamn girl, that's sexy. That's why I want Kate to learn how to play golf. Because it's sexy.
Cam, I read something today that by 2070, that like a third of the population is going to live in a climate that has unlivable heat.
Why do you fire me up like an asshole?
I'm
Why are you trying to fire me up? Why are you trying? I'm already talking about women's sports, and now you're going to want me to get into politics and fucking climate change. Come on, Andy.
Unlivable.
Okay, then. Hey, you know what happens when it gets cold? Things die. You know what happens when it gets warm? Things thrive. It's a little fucking warm, whatever.
Oh, you don't.
Then why are you driving? Then why are you driving?
Hold on.
And how about this, Andy?
Well, pollution's going to cause
isn't that what it is? Aren't we creating this? How about this? Like, how about you just don't drive your car? Why don't you walk here? And next time the Blues want you to go somewhere for Bailey's, why don't you not fly and walk there? Because you're a footprint on that private jet. Oh, you got a big footprint, a polluted footprint, Andy, and I don't like it. So if you're calling about climate change, I don't see that. What kind of car you got? You got that fucking Volvo? Well, you should get a goddamn electric car. Why don't you have an electric car, Andy, if you're worried about climate change? Go ahead. What? You got money.
Hold on.
You got money. Well, what are you doing?
You ready?
Don't go on a private jet. What are you doing? Leo DiCaprio.
First, why? What's he doing?
He's on a goddamn yacht preaching to us. Here's Andy. Andy will watch TV and Leo's like, "Hi, everyone. I'm Leo DiCaprio. Climate change is real. Stop doing things with your vehicle. Meanwhile, he's on his fucking yacht, his 300 fucking foot yacht, and he's preaching to you, and Andy'd be like, Leo told me, he knows. I'm not. But then again, you're a fucking hypocrite. So you bring all this up, but yeah, you're driving your fucking, I see that dual exhaust. You're polluting out the wazoo. What are you doing? Actually, I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. I can't even breathe.
Really? Yeah. Well, you don't believe in climate change?
Yeah, I do. I told you that. I do believe in climate change.
What are you talking about?
Well, I believe that the climate's changing. But why is it changing?
Dude,
is it because of the U.S. and the pollution? I don't know yet. Now, even if we went zero fucking emissions, zero in the United States, it won't do a fuck thing for climate change because you got India and guess what? China. They don't give a fuck. They're polluting the world 10 times over. And one other thing.
Well, China's part of this study.
Okay. And then once a fucking volcano can go off and put so much emission into the fucking atmosphere that it just I don't know. I don't want to set ourselves back because we're going green too quick. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But when Andy throws out stuff like, in 2050, would Al Gore tell you that, Andy? Did Al Gore tell you that?
I mean, I'm just telling you the facts.
Do you know what Al Gore is? Do you know who he is?
He's a former presidential candidate.
Okay, what did he do the past 20 years? What has he been doing?
He's probably doing a lot of,
what?
Research.
On what?
On climate change.
And how's that worked out for him?
Well, in what
He's
way?
made a ton of money, and what's happened? What does he predict in the past 20 years? We should have been dead 15 years ago. The seas are rising. Here's how you know. You look at the market. The seas are rising. The seas are rising. Yet, go find a beach house. How much does that fucking cost? The market always keeps everything real.
Well, there's some great deals out there, Cam. There's a number of
I'm just saying,
deals.
people are still moving to the coast because they're not worried about seas rising, but everybody talks about it.
You know, people are saying, they've been saying, hey, you're going to have oceanfront property in Arizona at some point in time, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, there's always something.
You do believe in, global warming and all that type of stuff.
I do, but what is it? I know, but it's so complex, Andy. And when you're ignorant
it's very complex.
You just...
All I'm telling you
what do
is
you want us to do then?
The research,
then what do you want to do?
The research is showing that in 2070... that they're
I don't even give a fuck about 2070, to be honest with you. I'm fucking gonzo. I don't give a shit.
You don't care about the next people.
No, I care about myself.
It's
kind of
like being on the NHLPA. You know, you fight for things that matter to the people that are coming up, like the future players.
Well, they've been wrong about this for a long time. Now, again, what do you want to do? So you could spiel, you could come out and say, I'm with climate change, everything. You could scream in the top of your lungs. What do you want to do about it? How about stop driving?
Well,
stop driving your car.
Well, you know this. And I said this before.
Stop driving your car,
Andy.
I
think within 10 years, I think the overwhelming majority, if not all cars, will be electric.
I'd say not 10 years.
10
I'd say
to 15.
20. I'd say maybe 20. It's always 20-year increments when it comes to that
Yeah,
stuff.
but
They're
I
not there yet.
10 to 15. For example, you mentioned the Volvo. They're going to be all electric within 10 years.
I don't know. Maybe not. You just got to get to that point. The charging stations.
I'm telling you,
thanks, Andy.
That's their plan.
The charging stations, the batteries of the cars, and stuff.
We understand all that.
Where does that energy come from?
What do you mean?
Where does the energy to create these batteries come from? Where does it come from?
We'll tell it.
A fucking power grid. That's fueled by what? What? Fossil fuel, coal. Man, I'm done talking about it because I'm going to piss people off. You certainly don't know what the fuck. You're setting me up to be
your sweatpants are now up to your knees right now. You're so fucking.
I just got done off the radio.
Why do you think it's hot? Why do you think it's hot? This is unlivable right here.
You pissed me off. Set me up to talk about goddamn climate change.
Oh my God, that really got
Andy,
you going.
Well, it's just like Andy watches The View and listens to Whoopi Goldberg talk about shit, and then he comes here and he fucking tees me up. Get out of here, dude.
The View.
Man, oh man.
Man, you ever watch The View?
Those fucking hens? Hell no.
Hens? You are on an anti-woman trip today. I don't know what is happening with you.
I don't know either. I don't know what happened.
Because you're not normally.
Well, I was just pumping my wife's tires up because she's getting better at golf, and I wanted her to golf, and then I ranked the top 10 sexy golf or women's sports, and then I just said the basketball's on the lower end, but I praised the rest of it. What do you want me to do? Not be realistic? Come on.
What's your take on the Queen?
She's a badass bitch.
Oh, you really believe that? Yeah.
Now, what they did in Africa, it's very complex, and of course, it's not good. But the reign that the fucking England had, Great Britain had, they were actually for a country, for all the countries that have taken over things throughout the years, because that's what history is. A country takes over another plot of land because they They beat them in a war, just like we did with the
Are you going on
Native
a tangent here? I asked you how
I'm explaining
the
it
queen,
to you.
she passed
she
away.
colonized.
There's people in their 80s that have grown up, and she's been a part of their life their whole life.
Andy, I know.
Yeah.
They colonized a lot of things, and people are upset about that.
Yeah.
And if you really look at it, like, that's not a good thing to do, but that's how history is. Like, you colonize, like, no, we're going to take you have this? No, we're going to take it over. Like, this is how it is. That's how we got it. U.S., that's how Britain, it just happens everywhere. People forget about that. Yeah, she colonized. Was that great? No. Was it smooth? No. But the things that they built in Africa, all kinds of places.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh,
the schools.
She had a huge impact.
People hate that. But on the other hand, it's okay. Now, the queen back in the 40s, when she was just a young girl, dude, like, honestly, like, she got thrown in the mix so hardcore, and she was young, and she was a woman. And she's like, fuck that. I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna be a badass. And she did. She didn't leave the country whenever World War II happened. She sat there. She's always been there. She's never gotten herself in a weird jam where she looked stupid. Like, really. Like, she doesn't look that, like, she's always been.
She's on it, dude.
She's on it, man. And she's gone through so many weird things with Princess Diana, which, if you're going to ask me about conspiracy theories, I'll tell you this right now.
I know. You believe in that.
Fuck yeah, I do.
But, dude, here.
I think that Queen killed a bunch of people.
I know. You think? Well, maybe,
right.
but I don't know. I don't know if Princess
100%.
Diana was one of them.
MI6, I bet you.
It was a single car accident, dude, with a limo driver that was proven to be intoxicated. And
There's a
lot
of weird things.
Well, explain that one.
There's a lot of weird things.
How would she be responsible for that? And you say conspiracy. Give me your conspiracy.
I would say that could be a different story. But the people that died, that had photographs of her, that had all this stuff, burnt in the cars, everything burnt in the car, like out of nowhere. People dying here and there.
Yeah, but you said that before. You said Princess Diana dying. You think that she had something to do with it because they didn't have a great relationship. They didn't get along, apparently, according to my sources.
I kind of do. I think she had a
But the limo driver, it was a single car accident.
I know, it's a tough thing.
And he was drunk. You think like
if there's all kinds of conspiracies, I think she was out of control to them. And
are you reading this? Are other people sharing in the same conspiracy?
I think some people probably are, yeah. I'm just reading what I read and how I take it.
Well, listen, she's got a lot of power.
Well, you gonna listen to me?
She's got a lot of power, well, so I'm sure maybe.
Well, did she?
I don't know about. What do you mean?
She didn't. Like, she had power when she was younger, but when people are like, okay, the fad's kind of over. She's cutting ribbons. You know, Tony Blair took over. Whatever.
Yeah, and her relatives got older, and they started gaining more power. Yeah.
But the Queen had the last say, in my opinion, in a lot of big decisions. And when you fuck with the monarchy like that, like Princess Diana did, who I adored, I think she was cool as shit.
Well, she got very big, right? And probably made the Queen uncomfortable, you know?
Well, it was all about her. And then Prince Charles at the time was such a fucking weirdo. They hated each other. And then he went off. He was banging, and she's banging other dudes. And look at Prince Harry, who's a fucking joke, by the way, cuckold, and Meghan Markle, who's just a whiny bitch.
Well, I think it's great that they're supporting their grandmother and they're there supporting.
They don't give a fuck. You think Meghan Markle? She called her racist. Said that she called
the Queen racist.
Yes,
they got that book coming out. You know,
nerdy ass.
What's going to be in that book? So they live in the States, right? Her and Harry. But Harry and William do not they don't speak like they're together and they're showing unity for their grandmother, but it's a little bit uncomfortable to watch sometimes.
I don't really care. Harry's what Prince William's okay, man. And you know who the next in line would, as far as like the popularity is concerned, in my opinion, with England, which no one really gives a fuck about.
Prince William's wife.
Yeah, it's Kate.
She's Middleton, man. She's classy.
She's classy. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's not all about her. Like they do the right thing. Now Harry fucked up. Harry wore a Nazi. You remember that back in the day when he went to that party in the 90s and he wore that Nazi outfit, that party. So he was like a rebel. He was naked in Vegas one time, hanging out with all his buddies. Like, he was a rebel, and then he met Meghan Markle, and he just became a bitch and fucked over the crown.
I know, but Cam, listen,
goofy.
It's no different than like a Hollywood childhood star in the United States, man. They grow up with pressure. They grow up in the spotlight. They grow up with a shit ton of money. They have power at a young age. Like, eventually, you may just, become fucked up. I mean, we see that with childhood stars all the time. Why would he be any different?
Well, you got
to
protect your family, too.
I get that.
They gave you everything. Good thing Princess Diana gave a little bit of her will to Harry, too, so she can get away from the monarchy there. Anyway, it's all whatever. And you know what? I say you end it now. In the crown. No one gives a shit anymore. She's the longest reign ever. She was a badass. Was she a good person? I don't know, but she treated the U.S. great. And
you say end the royal family.
End the royal line. End it. So dumb.
And is there talk of that happening?
No. Well, people want it to happen. I don't think it's going to. But she was great to all the presidents, man. She met so many. She'd been to how many presidents? Like 15. Like fuck.
Her and Gretzky very close.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Yeah. She liked Trump. She liked Ronald Reagan a lot because of horseback riding and shit like that.
And he was in movies.
But she did some shit, dude. If there's I'm a conspiracy kind of guy. Not everything. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not Dustin Penner.
You're one of those. You're just a
I'm a realist,
conspiracy
Andy.
guy.
No, because I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Conspiracies are not always real, right?
Yeah, Andy. No shit. But there's some that are.
You say you're a realist, but you're into
So I'll give you a couple of conspiracies that I think are true. I think there's a higher civilization that happened 12,000 years ago that we don't know about, that we're starting to figure out because we see monoliths that are dating back to 13,000 years before the Ice Age. Now, that conspiracy, I think, is true. 9/11 conspiracy, fuck no. I don't think it was an inside job. Although trillions of dollars went missing the day before, there's some weird shit to that. A couple other things.
So you just completely dismissed that. See,
wait, that there was bombs in the...
I don't know. I'm just saying those conspiracies...
Well, it depends on what it is, Andy. So the conspiracy with 9/11, which, we just had it Sunday... we went through a weird time. That's when the U.S. was as closest I've ever seen in my lifetime, was after 9/11, years after 9/11. Everybody was waving that flag, baby. Let's come together. We got to fight. Whatever the case is. Now, did they fuck that up leading into the war? Oh, my God. Weapons of mass destruction. You fucked that up. Although 50 fucking countries signed off that, including like Hillary Clinton and everybody. They all signed off that there was weapons of mass destruction. 50 countries signed off on that before we went to war. Now, did we stay there and try to fucking do too much? You're goddamn right. That was horrible. Now,
stay where?
Stay in Afghanistan. Stay in Iraq. Went to different countries. We tried to nation build. We tried to build bridges like Queen did down, and it didn't work. And it's chaos. You get in, you kill the terrorists, you get the fuck out. Kind of like Barack Obama did a little bit there. Trump did the same kind of thing.
You are amped up to
Barack Obama dropped more drone strikes than any other president, just so you know.
How many? Who's the second closest?
Probably George Bush.
I mean, when did they didn't have drones for some of these presidents? They weren't
they had a lot more things than you think, Andy.
I mean, it's kind of hard
there's
to compare.
Conspiracy theories that are like, get the fuck out of my face. But there's some that I'm like, damn, there's a lot to that. They get swept under the rug. And you know how the media works. It's chaotic. So I'm always up for a good conspiracy theory, but you got to convince
what's your favorite conspiracy?
Well, I just told you that one. The Queen stuff. There's a lot, Andy.
You haven't really delivered a Queen one.
That she was fucking hardcore and had something to do with something to get rid of Princess Diana and to get rid of the evidence and stuff like that to keep the monarchy clean. I think she did a lot of shady things. Now, does that mean she's not a badass bitch? Fucking right she is. So that's how I look at it. But there's some conspiracy theories, man, that I'm like, ooh, Lord, I don't know.
Where do you watch these? Like, do you watch them late at night?
I just look up stuff.
Actually, you're not up late at night. But like, where do you see these? You watch on
go,
YouTube?
Yeah, I follow just.
You believe everything you see on there? Or?
No, I don't, Andy. Good God.
You make your own opinions. Like you watch it, then have your own opinion.
Yeah, of course. Just like what you should do.
Yeah, right.
Unlike you go with the sway of the wind. Where are my neighbors thinking? But
the neighbors.
What are my neighbors thinking? They know what's right.
Did you watch football yesterday or over the weekend?
Yeah, I did, man. They always give you drama, baby. Hell yeah, I watched football. Fuck yeah. The UFC was crazy. I watched House of Dragons.
You say Le'Veon Bell knock out Adrian Peterson.
Somebody said something funny like, hey, I bet you Adrian Peterson's kid's like, yeah, take that, Dad, you bitch. Remember he got beat up by the switch?
He did.
Gotta get that switch off that tree, boy. I'm going to get you.
Poor kid, man.
Yeah. I know.
Like a 4-year-old kid.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of him with a switch. But you know what a switch is?
It's like a tree branch.
Yeah.
That's like old school.
Should beat you with one.
Very old school.
It is old school. I know.
Yeah, but like Adrian Peterson, dude. Like, I mean, listen, I give him credit for getting in the ring, though. I mean, he's a big ass dude. Le'Veon Bell. So what's the point? Like, was this like an undercard of like a big fight?
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention to it that much, but I saw a knockout. So now you're like, you got concussion problems, Adrian Peterson. You got money. And now you're going to go fight Le'Veon Bell. Now you got buckled, and you're going to have fucking head problems.
His kids are old enough to see that, too. See, I wouldn't want to be getting in the ring and getting knocked out.
You wouldn't want to be getting into anything physical, Andy. Let's be honest here. But, yeah, I ain't doing it. I'm not getting buckled like that, dude. I'm not doing it.
Well, I'd like to see you get in there.
Why would you want me to get in there?
They have those that TV show right now where like these guys are getting in there and fighting on ice.
Well, oh yeah, I know that.
What is
they
that?
asked me to do that a long time ago. The tough guy competition. Yeah. Mike Skrull and John Morasti and
Are
Sean
they all
McMorrow,
doing it?
Sean McMorrow is like the MC of it. Mm-hmm. Yablonsky's out there. All those big tough Canadian guys that we love. Mm-hmm. But they kick the fuck out of each other, man, and it's kind of fun to watch. But I ain't doing it.
No.
Did
you have a favorite football moment from the weekend? Is there anything better than the NFL?
The NFL is always cool, man. I had a fire going. I made homemade chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, why are you have like a it looks like a satanic ritual going on inside your house, dude?
Oh, well,
like the lights are off, you got candles and a fire. It wasn't that cold out.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly. It was kind of chilly. 49 degrees.
Actually, it was in the low 50s this morning.
So I had the windows open, the fire on. Kate wanted the fire on. I'm like, okay, put the fucking fire on.
Yeah.
And then I made homemade chicken noodle soup. And then we watched football. God damn, the Steelers. And football is so fucked up. Let me tell you something about football. And Andy, I don't even want to get into your career don't bore the fans.
With what?
With your stupid career with Parkway North that you had probably one play and everybody threw it to you. And you might have
I played for the Bonham Blue
Devils
before that. Before high school, I played for the Bonham Blue Devils. But
football is not a fun sport to play, in my opinion.
Okay,
but I like watching it.
Now, let me just say this.
Well, you asked me a question, I try to answer, but then you interrupt me.
I've heard you say this several times.
I'll say it again.
And so that was your experience. And I'm curious why you had such a bad experience playing football. Because, football is very fun. There's a lot of kids that play football that love it.
Hockey's more fun.
Well, you're comparing it. You can say hockey's more fun than football. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
What
to say football is not fun.
It wasn't fun compared to hockey. When you play every sport like I did.
For you.
And I'm gonna rank the sports as far as fun's concerned. Football's
you didn't
not that fun.
Get after the guy with the ball and
you only could do it maybe one time when the guy's coming down. If I'm inside linebacker, I'm coming right into the hole, and if he goes wide, I'm probably not gonna get him. So it's maybe one other play, you're involved. Not to mention, and this is what I see every fucking time on opening day is you train your ass off, and I know this could happen in any sport, but it really happens in football a lot.
These guys get hurt.
No shit, Andy. So my point is they bust their ass, and all of a sudden the lineman, first play of the game in Dallas,
falls on their ankle.
Boom, out for 18 months.
Out
for 18 months because that 400-pounder fell on you.
I know.
First play of the game.
I know.
Dak Prescott makes $40 million a year. Why they paid him that?
Breaks his thumb, but that can happen.
That could happen, but it's just you spend all this money on these guys, and all of a sudden these get hurt. It's hard to avoid injury.
No, you can't avoid
football.
Injury.
It's
but
crazy.
My fantasy team, Cam, I had a couple players get hurt yesterday.
No one cares about your fantasy team, and no one cares about anybody's fantasy team. So,
what do you think about when people go on and talk about their fantasy team on
I don't want to hear
radio and stuff like that?
Yeah, but that means that show's not good.
Is that what it means?
Yeah,
it means automatically.
We're not allowed to do it on my show.
Dude,
not even allowed to do it.
I
won't let it.
I love playing fantasy football, and I've made a lot of money actually doing it, and it's fun. I play in one league. I'm not one of these guys that play in 4 or 5 leagues.
Yeah, I can't keep
Some people like to do that, but I play in a league with a bunch of friends from high school. We've been doing it for 20 plus years. It is what it is. It's the one time a year I see them. You go to the draft.
Yeah, that's kind of.
But
cool.
I never talk about it publicly
because no one cares. That's why, Andy. You're doing the right thing for once.
Is that the right thing?
Well, you're.
Because you know why
you have a thing about talking about boring things all the time.
You know why
That's
I don't
boring
talk
thing.
about it? It's because when I hear other people talk about it, I'm like,
you're go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do I care about your
I don't
stupid?
give a shit about your stupid ass fantasy.
Here's the only thing I want to hear about your fucking gambling shit. All y'all out there, just so you know, and you guys know I'm right on this. If you come into work and you're like, I won money, I don't give a shit. I want to know when you lose. Then I'll fucking feel sorry for you, and we'll go out for beers. You come in, I won 200. I don't give a shit. Tell me about a loss. No one cares if you win. They always want to hear when you lose. Don't even tell me about your
I like to hear when
picks.
people win.
I don't.
No?
No. I like to hear about your struggle. I like to hear about your struggle. It's more entertaining if you're entertaining people on the radio. They call in and say, I won $200. No one, I lost $4,000, Cam. Oh, my wife is pissed. I'm like, oh, boy. Okay, let's sit this down. All right, what are we going to do?
Can I
you
ask
okay,
you this?
dude?
Because gambling's a real issue. It's probably among the highest percentage of addiction that we have in this country. I mean, people are addicted to a number of different things, drugs and alcohol, obviously, but gambling is like an addiction for a number of people, and it gets out of control.
Yank.
How do they treat that? When you go to treatment for gambling versus other addictions.
Good question, homie. I don't know.
How do they treat that?
Listen, that's why I tell people when they ask me on when you guys give me a ask me questions on my DMs. Cam, would you put money on? I don't gamble, motherfuckers. Like I told all y'all.
Oh, I'm on some text chains, and they go over their parlays. I don't even know what a parlay means.
I don't know. But here's the deal.
What's your parlay for last night? Give me 3 games.
I'm trying to explain something. You always like distract me. I say this to guys. Like I got so much going on. I can get addicted to this. I can get addicted to that. I'm already. I can't have another vice. I don't need to gamble. And it's probably fun, and maybe I could be okay with it. But I don't do it. I'm not into it. I don't want to get into it because I know I'll lose. And I already have enough vices. I don't need another one. That's all.
Yeah, you go down to a casino or something like that. And
Casinos are depressing.
These people, man, you know that they're spending their last nickel.
Casinos are depressing anyway for me, dude. They're smoky. There's not many good-looking girls in there, to be honest with you. There's not many.
Where are you going?
I mean, if you're in Vegas, you're going to find hot chicks anywhere. But you go to fucking casinos in Missouri.
Yeah,
it's a fucking weirdos.
But I'm not really going.
And like
to
they're all in
Missouri.
they're just like in the smoking darts, hitting the slot machine in their wheelchairs, and they're getting that paycheck and they're fucking spending it.
That's what they do for like a daily activity.
They just like sit there, smoke darts on the thing.
If you're in an old folks' home or something like that, Cam, you may do that. Like they may have like a little bingo club or like go play some slots, and they put them in the van or the bus and they go down there.
No, I know. Okay. It's just depressing when you walk in there. Oh, fucking! The most depressing is Atlantic City, especially now.
People who own casinos, they make a lot of money, like automatically. Is that a good business venture? You know who owns casinos is the owner of the Arizona Coyotes. He owns some casinos.
Well, he needs to sell that thing and build a goddamn rink.
I saw Clayton Keller the other day post a video of the construction, like the update of where things are at with that building.
Oh, really? For the new building?
Yeah.
The new one. Not their shit college building.
They haven't started building a new one yet.
Oh, they haven't?
No, that's not even a given.
Oh, really?
They celebrated like it is, but I think they still have to go through several more hurdles.
So to
know if they're going to build a new building or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man.
They got like an approval of something.
Get out of there, Clayton. Get the fuck out of there.
Hey,
you're gonna be buried in front of 4,000 children. So 4,000 children are gonna be watching you.
Even
play.
Phil Kessel, he basically said, "Hey, it's good to go to a team that like is trying to win." Because listen, I'm not going to chirp Billy Armstrong. He knows what he's doing. I really mean that.
No,
like this guy is very good at what he does. But they are. I don't think it's any surprise. They are trying to lose. Like they want to lose.
They want Bednar.
Well, I'm sure a number of teams are going to try.
No, Bednar.
Bedard. Connor Bedard. Yeah, they want Bednar. Yeah, Connor Bedard. I'm sure a number of teams who know they have no chance of winning will be okay with losing this year. If you understand what I'm saying. So
yeah, I do. I just brought it up.
Arizona, like now you got players basically saying like, hey, what we all already know, but for them to come out and publicly and say, hey, they don't even try to win. And that's got to be hard. I don't care how much money you're making. And if you're on a team and playing in an organization that isn't trying to win, like
that's goofy.
I'd have a hard time with that. So I kind of get it with Phil.
He's in a weird spot down there.
You think he's got game left in Vegas?
Huh?
You think he's got game left?
Who?
Kessel.
I don't know. Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know if he's got.
How many hot dogs did he eat all summer? I don't know. Does he care? He's just skilled enough to where he probably doesn't have to work out, and he's going to score 22. Mm-hmm. What did he get last year?
Not 22.
Oh well, then he'll probably get 21. I don't know.
But this may re-energize him again.
Dude,
like it gets back to what I'm saying. Like he's won cups, and now he's in Arizona on a team that doesn't even want to win. Like. You probably aren't.
It's a goofy situation.
That motivated internally.
It's a goofy situation.
Yeah.
Vegas will be cool. It'll be like a little wake up call, little fucking shot, a booster shot for you. That actually works.
Oh, they don't work.
I don't know.
The booster shots.
Yeah.
You see
that good?
You see that interview with that dude?
What?
With Aaron Rodgers? How he gave him the.
Everybody's like, that's the best interview in the world. I'm like, okay.
It was pretty good.
I don't know.
It was pretty good.
Aaron Rodgers, man.
But why is Aaron Rodgers? Can I just say this about Aaron Rodgers?
He looked like shit last night.
He looked terrible last night. And I feel like all of a sudden, dude, he's been doing podcasts.
I know.
Like, he's on a run that, like, what is he starving for attention?
Worry about football.
Or quit playing football, dude. You've made enough money. You're almost 40 years old. Like, if you want to be a media guy, go be.
Can I say something?
I understand doing one interview or two interviews, but here's my issue: these guys who are in their late 30s that all of a sudden find some level of like spirituality that they had never found before. They want to completely change their persona. It's like the trendy spirituality too, right? It's like, okay, is this something truly who they're all about? Because really, your center of your peak spirituality shouldn't happen when you're close to 40 years old.
How you say trendy? No, he's like the opposite of trendy, homie. He's
the
opposite.
These are like the what are you talking about?
You think it's trendy for him not to get vaccinated? You think it's trendy for him to go get ayahuasca?
I'm not talking about the vaccination, but like all of a sudden, like some of his lifestyle and some of his spiritual routine that he's kind of adapted in his late 30s, changing his appearance over and over. I feel like he's having like a little bit of a midlife crisis around trying to find out who he is as a human being and as a person, dude. I feel like he's reaching, dude. He's trying pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, that ayahuasca will do that. He needs to start doing LSD. If that ayahuasca is not working, take some fucking acid hits, man. See where you go. Get that mind really right.
But like whatever, he's almost not everybody's doing that for the first time. Oh, are you? In your 40s?
You don't take LSD, man. No. You don't do that now. You don't know you just don't do it. That could really fuck you up. But yeah, like.
But I think he's trying to discover who he is all of a sudden. Wasn't he just dating this like NASCAR driver a few years ago and doing some other stuff, and now all of a sudden he's
receiver.
Mr. Pure Spirituality. He's flipping out on the sideline.
Yeah, it's like a born again Christian or something.
Just come on, like just be you.
Well, sometimes you need to be a born again Christian, man. Like sometimes you need to find God.
But he's not doing that.
Well, sometimes you need to, dude. You're just the opposite when we had Brian Boyle on. When I'm like, where are you guys going? What's wrong with that church down?
Yeah, but that's who he is. He's not just all of a sudden becoming that guy.
What Rodgers wasn't like this. He wasn't like spiritual.
No, dude. He's completely changed his whole entire persona.
I know. He's whatever. His eyes look. Listen, those interviews like with that long-haired guy, I think he's funny. Don't get me wrong. But then the fat dude eating fucking ice cream the whole time, showing his ass. I'm like, why is he there? Why is that guy, that slob-looking dude, just eating disgusting ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning, just laughing? He brings nothing to the table. The one dude's funny.
That's kind of their shtick.
But it's not. I don't get that part of it.
The other dude, I just found out, was like a quarterback at the University of North Carolina.
The long-haired guy?
Yeah. Like a walk-on.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like a big-time, quarterback or whatever, but he played.
I get the shtick. I get that shtick.
I think he's a good interviewer, man. I think
he's funny.
He's funny.
He was funny with Theo Vaughn.
I'd rather watch Aaron Rodgers do that interview versus like trying to like.
I'll give you another hot take. A guy I don't think makes me laugh or anything. Now I told you. Let me reference this. I love Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. I love his interviews. How he digs. Yeah. He knows so much. He knows how to keep the interview going. I love that. Mm-hmm. Does he make me laugh? No. Is his stand-up good? No.
He doesn't make me laugh.
Doesn't make me laugh at all. Does Jerry Seinfeld make me laugh when he's in a stand-up? No. But like when he's on Seinfeld, he's pretty funny.
Seinfeld will make you laugh.
Yeah, but Seinfeld, but not his stand-up. Anyway, here's my point. Like, and then so that whole thing with
Rodgers?
the guy that's just eating ice cream the whole fuck time. I'm just like, they keep showing him. He's just dripping ice cream on his shirt. And like, what are you? Mm-hmm. What do you? I don't get that.
Is that the guy they have like interview like the strippers and stuff like that who come in?
I don't watch Barstool. Every time I watch those guys at Barstool, watching football, it looks like a fucking nightmare to me because it's like 15 swinging dicks. Watching, like, they're all like swinging their dick around. It's like, where are the women at? Like I'm not hanging out with 30 dudes every fucking weekend.
It's a big fraternity.
But it's like a bunch of young kids dude, football. And I'm like, dude,
they're not that young. Dude.
I wouldn't want to be there.
They're not that young. I mean, listen.
I'm not like talented enough to be there either. So let me put it that way. But
I hear what you're saying. Well, you might be. Talent?
I know.
Is that what you're comparing?
I just have to belittle myself a little bit because we probably have a lot of Barstool.
Might be, but like they're not that young. They're like in their 40s, dude. And very overweight and like, just flipping out over the outcome of a sporting event. Is there any sport or any team that you root for that hard?
No, but it's all money based. That's the thing.
I get it. See, that's what happens when you gamble.
But they're all like, we love this sport. We love that sport. Sport. I'm like, whoa, how can you even? I can't. I don't give a fuck about sports that much, dude. I like a lot of other shit. I'd rather be outside
with a fire, smoking a cigar.
Fucking getting my goddamn mind right, jamming out the goddamn Pink Floyd. I can't watch sports. Like, I watched Tom Brady last night for a little bit. I'm like, fuck that. I'm putting House of Dragons on. Fucking Dak Prescott.
Which is a terrible show.
It's good. It's pretty good.
But listen, no, I can watch NFL football all day.
I could watch it.
I've got no problem doing that. But I'm not, like, flipping out with every play.
So, like, I'll give you another example. Like, Pat McAfee, ungoddamn believably talented. Mm-hmm. fucking WWE wrestler now, doing backflips, hell of an athlete. But when I watch his show, he doesn't make me laugh. I learn a couple things here and there, but I'm not like, damn. I'm not like, oh, fucking Pat McAfee's on Joe Rogan's interviews anybody. I'm like, I want to hear what this is all about. Like, let's go. Yeah. Even as scientists, I love that even more than anything else. But Pat McAfee comes on, I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? I like that AJ Hawkcat. He's cool. He just smokes a cigar. Cool. But he doesn't make me laugh either. No. I need to be entertained. And I don't know why he just doesn't do it for me. But I get why people like him, though. How's that?
I can see that. Like,
you get my drift a little bit?
Because I think he is, like, funny. You know, like, even back before he became big, like, in Indianapolis, he would, like, MC, like, different, like, events. And he was big around the community. Like, he's got that personality. He's got a cool personality. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's different. Certainly different than most NFL players. And what he's built for himself, man, is very impressive, you know? But, again, I don't watch him, and I'm not, like, dying laughing. You know who I find very entertaining? And you may say, dude, this guy, people may hate this guy.
Who?
I'm sure they do. But when I watch him, I'm like, you know what? At least
I
find him entertaining. Billy Tibbetts, man. We're thinking about you, Billy. Thinking about you, Billy, for sure. No, Stephen A. Smith, dude.
Is he sick or something?
I don't know.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A., dude.
Yeah.
I just find him like he's just entertaining. Like he has his takes. He's screaming and yelling. Is it a little much? A lot of times, yeah, it is.
I like him better than the other.
But he's kind of like, Charles Barkley. He's entertaining.
Oh, well, fucking right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like these guys are entertaining. Some people who just I don't know, they're in front of your face all the time. I find Portnoy entertaining.
Yeah, he is. He's funny, man. He is totally funny.
He does his thing.
The funniest guy at Barstool. Who do you think I'm talking about? The funniest motherfucker at Barstool by a mile. Yeah,
the old kind of guy, Stewie.
Motherfucking Feiner. He's cool as shit.
Is he?
Stewie? Fuck yeah. He's got the cool... Dude, Stu Feiner is the most entertaining guy at Barstool.
Doesn't he have a bunch of money or something?
Yeah, he spent it all, and he brought it back, and he spent it all. He's just awesome, man. Stu Feiner is the funniest guy at Barstool, in my opinion. That's it. That's all, baby.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of big dudes over there. I just don't... Yeah, they're not like super funny.
I just don't... like, when I watch... I love my Sundays. I made... homemade chicken noodle soup is boiling in the background. The house.
What's the ingredients in there? You put celery and carrots in there?
Oh God, yeah! I made that mug from scratch.
You put some leeks?
What?
Leeks?
Nah, I don't put no leeks.
Oh my God, dude! That's how you make it. Thanks, you gotta. You don't even know what ingredients to put in there.
Teach me how to cook.
So anyway, you put noodles in there. The thin ones or the thick ones?
I make noodles on the side because I don't want to dilute the.
Are you using cheap ass, shitty ass white flour noodles?
No, man.
What kind of noodles you putting in there?
Am I cheap on anything? Jesus.
What kind of noodles? What kind of noodles?
Just a little round, half moon, whatever they're called.
Oh, that's macaroni.
Yeah, macaroni.
Is that what you put in there?
Yeah. Not in it. I make the macaroni, keep it on the side, and I have the broth, and I put it on there. That's what I do, because I don't want to put because it soaks up all the juice.
And so what are you just cooking? You're cooking up chicken and then like putting it in there?
Yeah, I put a whole chicken in that mug. Put it in and put all the stuff, and let it simmer, boil for hours.
What spices are you putting in there?
Well, I put Crazy Jane's mix, and I put
Crazy Jane.
Just a bunch of stuff. It's a good mix in St.
Louis.
Oh,
it is?
It's a Missouri thing.
It's like a mix?
Yeah, it's a Missouri
like a spice mix?
Yeah.
For chicken noodle soup, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's good. Okay. So anyway, my point is like I like being at home with the puppies, having a fire going, go outside, do your thing, watch football. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with 40 swinging fucking dicks screaming about how much money they lost or won with no women around. I'd be like, oh, God, fucking nightmare.
Oh, my God.
Well, I'm just saying. You watch, there's 40 dudes. They're all like, falling.
No, I couldn't do that.
It's a goddamn nightmare to me. That's all, baby. It's all good.
Yeah.
I love everyone.
Kind of being negative today. Is that a conspiracy?
Well, because you set me up with climate change shit, and then you fucking, then you're like, oh, women's sport. I'm like, no, I'm going to be real with it. This is my opinion. I just think that
How about Tim Stützle's
contract?
What do you think of that?
I don't know. It's pretty good. He's a young kid. Pay him out. He's good.
You think so?
He dives, doesn't he? He got a little bit.
That. Do you think these guys are getting paid too soon?
No, I don't.
Well, how come?
Because that's when they're the best. How many years have you been in the league, Tim? He's been pretty damn good, so you pay him.
I think.
You pay him. Pay him now, so you're not
He
paying
had
him
a good
at 30.
second half last season.
Again, I'll say it again. I'd rather roll a dice on a guy like Robert Thomas, Tim Stützle, or whatever at that age than roll a dice on a 32-year-old guy that's brought the heat for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
you're
all.
not. Yeah, you shouldn't be giving those guys 8-year contracts anyway.
Well, a lot of people
32.
do.
Some do. Yeah. The desperate teams.
A lot of people do.
The desperate teams.
Well, pretty much every fucking team has a guy like that on it besides the Blues.
At 32?
30, 31, 32, 8-year deal. Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't know about every team, but
Well,
like,
let's go through them all.
Okay,
I
go
bet you there's a shit ton.
Yeah. Maybe like around 29 they're doing it. You know? Which is still, I mean, you're still eating up a lot of those years in the 30s. But coming out of entry level, man, the benefit of doing it if you're a team is that you eat up a number of unrestricted years, and you're getting them at a pretty decent price for the UFA years. So, like, you know, like a guy like Robert Thomas, Stützle, whatever, you may get 3 or 4 years out of UFA that you're getting him at a pretty good number, assuming that he continues to ascend at the level that you think he's capable of ascending.
Listen, you're always going to have hit or misses, man. Even with the older guys, the younger guys, you might pay a guy a lot of money, like maybe a couple cats on Buffalo, you know, that signed a big time ticket.
Yeah.
But at least they're at age where you could work with them, you know, if they fall off a little bit.
No, you're probably pretty comfortable with most of those guys.
Yeah, I'd say
Although
so.
Stützle got more money than Brady Tkachuk. I found that interesting. He came in just higher than Brady.
Oh, yeah.
And Brady's the captain. Brady scored 30. I guess he scored 30 the year after he signed his contract. But I don't know. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. You know, you give I don't know. I find that to be a little unnecessary. See, some of these teams, man, who haven't won in recent years are throwing out a lot of these contracts and stuff. But you really need to pay the kid more money than Brady? And is it that important to the kid to make more money than the captain of the team?
And that's a good point. That's the first good point.
And if I'm the general manager, I'm just like, you know what? No, we're not going higher than our captain, who we just signed.
Wow, I get you on that.
So you want to match the deal? Maybe we'll match the deal. But to come in higher, I don't quite understand that one. And I swear when I say this, I haven't talked to anybody about that. And I should have. I should ask somebody.
You should have.
And say, hey, what do you think of that?
You know who you need to ask.
Big Walt.
I know.
What do you think of Stützle coming in higher than Brady?
I got to be higher than our captain, who's
that would
a
be
fucking
like,
badass.
You know, Jordan Kyrou, who the Blues are negotiating with right now to sign, and they just signed Robert Thomas, and that's like, hey, they're gonna, Kyrou's gonna come in higher than Thomas. Doug Armstrong wouldn't do that. I bet you Kyrou's trying to get exactly what Thomas got.
But there's still more similar than Stützle and your captain Brady Tkachuk, who will beat you up too.
Yeah,
fuck you. You give him more money than your beloved captain.
Yeah, I know, man.
Where Stützle like will fucking get called out for fucking diving all the time and shit.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now I've had some people tell me that, hey, Kyrou needs to come in under Robert Thomas. And listen, I can be in line with that, but at the same time, I look at it and I say, hey, well, pump the brakes a little bit, because don't forget Kyrou was an all-star last season, and he probably had a better playoff than Robert Thomas too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's the fastest skater in the league.
Yeah, and Kyrou didn't have a great series against Minnesota. He came out of the gate kind of slow, but he picked it up as the playoffs went on. I thought he was good against Colorado, so I'd have no problem giving him the exact number that you gave to Robert Thomas. I mean, Thomas was more, what do you have, 77 points last year? And I think Kyrou was at like 74, 75, something like that.
They're both good, man.
So they're both really good. But listen, from what I hear, the talks are going good, and I would expect some news on that in the coming days. You hope that they get that done before the season, and that doesn't drag on. So we'll see how that plays out.
Hey, I like all you out there, by the way. Keep sending me and Andy pictures of you guys like chilling. I love it. I don't give a fuck what it looks like. You don't have to be on a goddamn
you got to be in your chill zone, man.
I don't care. My point is, it doesn't matter what your chill zone looks like. Mm-hmm. You don't have to.
What
have
if
a
you're
nice
watching
backyard.
the football game with like 25 swinging dicks?
If that's your cool. If you're at your house and you have 25 guys over, that's fine. But if you have to go to work to watch the game with 25 swinging dicks,
and you're devastated,
and you're like, get me the fuck out of this nightmare. But if I'm gonna have buddies come over, my wife's cooking for everybody. Fuck yeah, come over. We're at my house. Mm-hmm. I'm not at work. It's like us going to the station to watch the goddamn game with 20 swinging dicks. Not doing it.
No.
It's a nightmare.
No. What about Tortorella saying he's got concerns about the dressing room?
Well, maybe he does. Everybody's like, oh, God, I can't believe. Well, maybe he does. Figure it out. They've been sucky for a long time. There's something going on in that locker room.
Right.
Do you think Torts is like, I'm just going to throw this out for fucking shits and giggles?
Right.
No, there's something going on there. Figure it the fuck out. Don't bitch about Torts. That locker room's been shit for a
People
while.
are like, oh, here we go with Torts. Torts at it again. Maybe he's on to something.
Yeah, he is on to something. That locker room's probably shit.
And that's why they've been losing.
That's why you're losing left and right, and that fan base is like, I'm getting pissed.
And as much as I like Mike Yeo and my Mike Yeo is not capable of coming in there and taking
I like
on
him
that
too,
task.
but yeah, nice guy.
Of just changing the culture of the room. You know, you almost need a guy like Torts to do that.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
So I didn't have
you've
a
been
problem
that
with
bad
that.
for a long time.
I'm glad Torts is coming in and putting his foot down.
I agree, Andy, big time.
Like things have to change around here. So that'll be that'll be a fun team to pay attention to this year with Philly. Nick Suzuki, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, the 31st captain in Montreal history. Find me a more prestigious honor in hockey than being the captain of Montreal.
Yank. Yeah, I don't know.
That's up there, dude.
Arizona.
Front row seat, glass seats.
Next to the children.
Everybody has great seats there.
Next to the children that got in for free because it's children night.
Is there a bad seat in the house?
No, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can reach down and touch the players from any seat.
Everybody gets a puck.
Everybody gets a puck. Free hot dogs when you go in there. They need to fill that 4,000 or 4,000 square foot.
Oilers have no ads. What on their jerseys? They got to have it on the jersey, on the helmets. What are you talking about there, Brody?
Yeah, whatever. You know what? When you're in Edmonton, you sell it every night. Maybe you don't need it.
Hey, you know who I hear is going to be on the Blues helmet? From what I understand, I'm hearing Carshield may find themselves.
Oh, that'd be kind of goddamn cool, boy. What's up?
We'll give a shout out to our boys over there at Carshield.
They had a new video.
Dude, they've been doing a bunch of stuff.
Ric Flair, man. I don't know.
What's his deal?
Stumbling around.
He must need money too, I guess.
I know.
He's everywhere.
I heard people hate him.
Do they?
The wrestlers hated him.
Oh, where'd you hear this?
Just documentaries.
Is this one of your conspiracies?
No, it's just Bret Hart and a bunch of people.
I mean, you're just pulling out knowledge. Now you got WWF knowledge.
You know what? I don't watch WWF shit, but back in the day, I listened to these old school guys talk about The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret the Hitman Hart. All these guys that kind of came up in the 90s in the Attitude Era, their stories are unbelievably interesting, Andy. Although I don't like the product because it doesn't interest me, and that's all good. It's not about women. It's not about this. It's just about I'm not into it. But I like the drama part, and I like to hear stories. And people say that Ric Flair was all by himself.
Yeah, well, he probably was.
I know.
Hulk Hogan probably was too.
Yeah, but Hogan was exactly right. Hogan would, because how they justify that, Andy, is like, when you wrestle, you both have to have a give and take. Like, It can't just be about you. Like, you got to adjust to my style, too. And Ric Flair never did that. Hulk Hogan never did that. It's all about their stuff.
Always about them.
Always about, I'm going to get you here. And so Ric Flair would do his thing where you fall, and I get all that, but I heard he was a pain in the ass.
I think you could have been a professional wrestler. Like, after your hockey career?
I don't have enough.
You could have gone into that.
I don't have enough going on for that. I'm not big enough for...
Oh, you got to be tall?
No, I just have to have a style. What would my style be? The hillbilly from Eureka coming out? Like,
hey, we had a photo shoot the other day, by the way. Cam dressed to impress once again. I love it. I love doing the photo shoots with his jeans and his flannel shirt. You thought you were going to a hayride the other day.
I'm a fucking joke. I don't have anything that fits me. I just look goofy all the fucking time now, man. I can't even
You need custom clothes.
I don't know.
Because of your body type?
I look so dumb and fat, but I do know how to model. Like, I'm not a good-looking guy. I used to be pretty good-looking. Now I'm kind of like hideous, and nothing fits me right. But like, I know how to model. Like, I know when the camera's on me, I can look different ways and have different like styles. Andy is so fucking scrambly. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, Andy's got white teeth, and he's got makeup on. He's all primped up, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Andy." But then once we start taking pictures, he doesn't know where to put his hands. He's scrabbling all over. He's like, do I go like this? Should I put my neck out? I go, fucking have your own style. You're copying what I'm doing. Let me do my thing. Find your own rhythm. Like, you've never had a camera in front of your goddamn face. You don't know where to put your fucking hands. You're too close to me. You're trying to do what I'm doing. Like, figure your own self out. Find your own shit.
Makeup? Who had makeup on?
I should have had some on.
You should have had some on.
But like you don't even know how to stand and like take pictures. Like you just
we were standing behind a bar at one point, which is what you're talking about. And there was like this sink. I was like, you didn't have the sink in front of you. So you're like 6 inches in front of me.
He doesn't know how to be a model. Like if I was good
looking. Well, let's look at the pictures when they come out.
Well, you're probably going to look okay, but it took you 40 minutes to get you settled in.
Nobody knows that.
You're looking at me like, Cam, what's Cam doing? How's Cam looking? I know how to look in the distance.
We were holding our beer. I like kind of having my hands free. I don't like holding things,
Yeah, you're high maintenance, dude. Like when the camera's on me, I'm on, dude. Maybe I don't look good.
Well,
Maybe I have a bald spot.
we'll be the judge of that,
and that's fine.
We've done photo shoots before.
Optically, you look better than me. Like everything's fine. Like maybe my shirt looks too fat. I don't know, but like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If I was handsome, I'd be a model.
Really?
Yes, I know how to take pictures.
Well, that's probably the case for most people.
No, because it wouldn't be. You could be 6'4" and look like Justin Herbert, but you're gonna be like scrambling. Like, what do I do? You don't know what to do.
He's a little awkward in a commercial that's out there.
That dude's a stud.
He's a total
How
stud.
stupid is that? They play in L.A., though. They're like the second fiddle to the Rams, Justin Herbert's like fucking 6'5", blonde hair.
He's the man, dude.
They got the same unis. The Chargers and the Rams uniforms look exactly the same. Like, what the fuck?
No, they don't. Chargers are like powder blue.
Okay, Andy.
And they have a lightning bolt.
Oh, okay. Okay, Andy.
On the jersey.
Oh, okay, Andy. Look at all the uniforms in the league and tell me what look alike and which do you think look the exact alike. The same fuck team that plays in the same building.
You could put both uniforms in front of me and I'll know which one is
put them both
which.
up real quick and let me prove Andy, so it doesn't drive me crazy.
Immediately. Like it wouldn't even they're completely different color scheme.
Blue and yellow and blue and yellow.
Well, the Chargers are wearing those powder blue.
The Rams have basically
yellow.
powder blue too now.
No, it's like a royal blue.
No, it's
they had
not.
on the other day.
Royal blue?
Yeah, like
you want to bet on that? I bet you it's lighter blue than you think.
I don't know. I'd have no problem finding
when the Rams
that.
were in St. Louis and Kate was cheering for them, they had the shittiest uniforms, and then they changed it. And now they're like more powdery blue, like the Blues old school unis back in the day. And the Chargers have the same symbol. They have the same symbol. Instead of a horn, it's a lightning bolt, but it's the same fucking thing. Look that up, Brody. Do they not look?
You're talking about a new uniform they just came out with. I remember that was a complaint at the time when they just released it that they were saying it looks too similar to the Chargers.
They played the Raiders the other day, and there's look at that. That's the Rams. Look at that, Andy. See what I mean? Look, it's the same jersey. I told you. It's all good. I told you.
Yeah, they just
Isn't
changed
that ridiculous?
That
but it is ridiculous. Like, go back to San Diego, homie.
I know.
San Diego.
It's a way better town.
God, Justin Herbert walking around San Diego.
Oh, my God.
Sniffing
walking around in L.A. I feel like he's just cool, though. He's not into all that. I don't know.
Is he? Oh, then never mind. He's not cool. Then I thought he wasn't.
No, I mean, like, he just kind of keeps to himself.
If I'm like Jimmy Garoppolo hanging out with fucking porn, like, why not do that? I heard he's a dick, too, by the way. Jimmy Garoppolo's never
really?
around.
You hear that?
Yeah. How handsome is that guy? Whoa! A little windy out today, boys.
Wow,
a little windy out here. It's beautiful out, by the way.
What's your conspiracy with the wind?
With the wind, it's windy.
Yeah,
It's October. It's almost October. It's windy. Okay. But, it's getting a little Halloweeny out here, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's get to Andrew Cogliano, who, listen, now this guy will be running an NHL team. I don't know if he's going to be a GM. I don't know if he'll be the president. I don't know what he's going to be.
Remember I asked him, and he immediately put his foot down. I go, hey, man.
You want to coach?
I go, damn, because he was so well thought. Everything was...
He may be the most well-spoken guest that we've ever had on this podcast. Never stumbled,
succinct,
knew exactly how to answer a question without truly giving it away, but letting you know what his answer is at the same time.
Smart dude. And I asked him, I go, hey, homie, you want to be a coach? He's like, no. I go, what do you think you want to do after hockey? And he kind of shut down the coaching thing. He goes, no, I'm going to be a GM, son. I'm like, oh, shit, maybe you are.
He didn't say it like that. But
but that's what he was thinking.
He's like thinking, hey, I don't want to coach. I want to run the team.
Yeah, I'm bigger than that. And I'm like, oh,
yeah. And he's got that type of presence, man, which, I'll admit I really hadn't heard him talk that much.
He's cool as shit.
Over the course of his career.
I like him a lot.
I reached out to a number of his former teammates and current team. Everyone said the same thing. This guy's the best.
Yeah, they like him.
Yeah.
He seems cool, man.
He's going to the rink and going to the games with Brent Burns. You know what I'm saying? But he can also, relate to the college kid that just came out of Harvard.
I like that cat, dude. Good kid.
And he's never made the big time huge money. He's done fine. I think he's made about $30 million. Don't get me wrong. Like he's in good shape.
He's doing all right.
But he's also played 1,000 games. It's not like he's never had that contract where he's making $7 million a year.
No, I know, but he wasn't putting up $7 million a year stats.
No. But for guys with his game to last as long as he has, that's all you have to know. I mean, most guys that continue to play at this stage of their career, usually maybe, produce a little more offense. Or this guy is just a guy. Listen, and you hear him talk, and you find out very quickly why a team would want him around their dressing room and around their young players.
Yeah, and if I'm like Joe Sakic and I'm trying to put a last piece of the puzzle together or whatever, I'm like, we need a guy that knows how to play, been in a playoff experience. Yeah. Like fucking grinds it out, knows how to penalty kill, knows how to get in front of shots.
Sounds like San Jose is a little bit of a mess, honestly.
Shit, they are.
He was in San Jose last year. It was not a good situation.
That's right, yeah.
And I know now they've got some new management and all that type of stuff in San Jose, but it just sounds like maybe that core group with the Sharks and it doesn't have it all together. Maybe the way we thought maybe they did. I don't know.
Well, did we think that?
Yeah,
I think so.
But they had a great run though.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God, yeah.
Really
for
good
years
run.
and years and years. Solid, dude.
Solid.
You play San Jose, you go up to San Jose's
Hell
rink.
Yeah.
That Shark Tank, you're getting it, dude.
And they went to the final. What year was that? Was that 2016?
Yeah, I forgot.
I think they beat the Blues in the conference final in 2016.
Yeah, and then they lost, and then they went downhill from there.
Yeah,
and that's what I think everything.
Well, and they were already on the team. They were getting old
that's
then,
what I mean.
But
you saw it.
Yeah,
you saw the age aspect.
But bringing back Patrick Marleau, hearing his personality, I could just see where it's like, okay,
he's running the film. He's getting you hyped up.
What would Patrick Marleau's pump up speech sound like?
Hi, I'm Patrick. Let's win a hockey game. Go Sharks. Bring it in. 1, 2, 3. Sharks.
And then Eric Carlson.
Eric Carlson like,
what time's the game at, guys?
Where we at? How's my hair? I don't know. Where's my chew? Listen, man. Like, I chirp shit. Hey, look, we respect everybody.
All right, so let's get to the interview with Andrew Cogliano, man.
Coglianos.
Great conversation. This guy was a stud, by the way, growing up. No surprise, most of these guys were, but I think he was expected to go first overall in the OHL draft and ends up going the college route. Yeah. Went to the University of Michigan.
Damn right, baby.
So his roommate in college was that guy who's the head coach there now, who took over after that madman who was there before, treating people like shit and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I
would love to be a college coach. You could be a lifer and make $500,000 a year and just be a lifer.
I'd like to be a college football coach.
Hell yeah.
Sniff around campus. Actually, you praise Jesus. Where would Jesus? God save, love Jesus. And all of a sudden, you go and you sniff around and you call a bunch of hookers up on the fucking private jet.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean when I'm talking?
Who's doing this?
Hugh Frost? What's his name?
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Yeah,
it's not Hugh Frost. Frost from Nebraska?
Yeah, what's the dude's name?
Chad Frost?
No, Hugh, whatever. No, every college coach is a fucking disaster.
Well, you got to make sure you get the coach right, because
fuck them all. I don't give a shit. They get paid $15 million. They get fired. No. I don't give a shit.
Frost is from Nebraska. He just got fired, but he's a shitty ass
not
coach.
That guy. No. Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze.
What school is he from?
I forgot, but he's this Christian guy. Like, I'm with Jesus. I got Lord, your family, love, and he's like fucking calling prostitutes up on the private plane and connected, trying to call hookers. You got old boy sniffing around when he's playing for the
the LSU coach.
LSU, they're all sniffing.
These
Coach 20-year-old fucking blonde-haired girls from they are such. They get paid. They are walking on water at campus. They get paid so much money. They get paid a bit more than anybody in the state.
Oh my God!
And then all of a sudden they're like banging these fucking young college chicks and they're living life. And they're they're praising Jesus. It's like, what?
You talk about the feeling of having power.
No shit.
Like when you talk about the Queen.
Like politicians.
These guys
right.
These guys have so much power on a college
I know.
campus.
That's what I'm saying. They are.
There's a lot of good ones out there. Don't get me wrong.
Fine. And there's a lot of ones that helped out hardcore guys from, let's say, North County. There's fucking hardcore kids that had to get out of the gang-riddled fucking towns.
How about the inner city? Yeah, 100%.
I just said that.
Yeah, the inner city. That's the North County is the county, but down to the inner city, yeah. I mean, there's bad areas in North County. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Jesus. So those college kids help those kids out, or college coaches help those kids out more than anybody else.
If they're good enough.
So I get that. But But a lot of you are our biggest goddamn hypocrites.
Sure
you
they
walk
are.
on fucking water.
Sure
you're making $8 million,
No,
and you're
they're
banging that
getting paid under the
19-year-old.
table by shoe companies.
And you're banging the 19-year-olds on campus, and then you're praising Jesus like you're a family man. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they do present that.
Thank
like
you.
they're a family man.
No.
A
You're
lot of
banging that
people
girl
are.
I banged last night. Who are you kidding, coach? And she said you had a small weenie. Take that.
Who say that?
I'm just saying, you know, if I'm a fucking player and I'm like,
Hey,
man,
nobody
our
ca-
coach is, he's praising about family shit. Now
Hey,
he's out there sniffing
Nobody
around.
cares because it's like here in Missouri, but the Missouri football coach. This guy,
Drinky
you got all
poo.
these like media that like kisses. Like,
Oh
they
my
think he's like
God.
something special.
Mizzou's going to do it
And
this year.
anyone who knows, like, you just have a feeling like, no, he's not. Like,
Or a
he's so
joke.
bad. And they're like, he wears Jordans and drives Mercedes.
He's cool. Look at he's recruiting all these guys because you know why? Coach Drinkowitz is a cool guy, and the guys can relate to him. He's a fucking nerd. He's a fucking Poindexter that will do your. He's gonna take care of your money for you, and he's coaching these guys. And you're telling me they get shit stomped every time,
Every year.
every fuck year. And I gotta talk about it on my fucking radio show.
And everybody wants to
fuck
like
yourself.
pat him on the back all the time, like they're like a high school team.
They're a high school team. Why am I watching them? I'd rather watch WNBA.
Oh.
Sorry, it's over. I'll say it right now.
Well, there's
no.
a couple good
Well, no.
matchups that are going on in the W. Is the WNBA season end yet, or are they still? Yeah, they're still in the finals. Yeah,
Brody.
who's in the final? Because I'd like to break
The
that
Sparks
game
and the Sparks.
down. The Sparks are playing the
they
Sparks.
They couldn't figure out another name in that fucking league that's subsidized $30 million a year.
Man.
But yeah, like so the Mizzou Tigers. I mean, we gotta watch. I gotta break down the fucking Mizzou Tigers on
But
my
you
show.
got,
They're
like,
crazy.
people who-
I don't give a shit.
who like are paid to know what you're talking about, paid to like inform the listener or the viewer, like saying they're going to win 9 or 10 games every year. They say this,
Andy,
and they know nothing, and it's all about so I can have like the access that I need to this.
talk to his daddy
I can talk to a player's
or his
dad
agent.
because they like love these high school kids.
I know. These high school kids come out of high school and they're like, and they got the hats out like, I'm picking this, and they do nothing. They build it up like, look at this guy. He's gonna. He picked this school, and everybody's like, wow, this guy. And he goes to school. He doesn't play a fucking down. Doesn't do shit. You pump him up like he's a fucking Greek god, and they don't do a goddamn thing. These kids get pumped up so much. And then they go to like Mizzou, and you don't even notice them. And
Their dads are like selling T-shirts in the parking lot.
I mean, it's like, I'm not watching Mizzou, dude. Like, it's not
No, hell no.
fucking boring.
I'd rather watch high school in my backyard.
Yeah, dude. Shaman. Fuck yeah. I know.
Anyway.
I'm not, seriously.
I know. Or like a big time college
I'm watching
football
Alabama
game.
and Texas go toe to toe.
Yeah, and it feels like an NFL game.
Well, you know there's going to be NFL guys out. Like Mizzou is just like, they pump it up here like they're fucking Alabama.
but they're not even close.
They are god awful every fucking year.
Every year.
I'm like, I got to talk about this today? You're wanting me to talk about this today?
And media gets upset when you like speak the truth. Like, why would this kid ever go to Mizzou, who's like a 5-star wide receiver, where he doesn't have a quarterback who can get him the ball? He's not even on. It doesn't have that big time feel. That's just,
Well, like Luther Burden, who's like their big recruit there in Mizzou, like he's got a chip deal. He's on potato chips. He's probably making like $800,000. So like
Whatever.
he's making money. He's gonna play.
he'd make that money.
But he didn't even
anyway.
touch the ball last game against Kansas. Like
Kansas State.
Kansas State, are they that good?
They used to be, but they're not that good now. They're not
They
like
get
they're
shit-
not like ranked.
So Luther Burden, who they're paying
Mizzou's supposed
almost
to be
$1 million
an
bucks to.
SEC team, dude.
I know. So like they're paying this kid $1 million, and he didn't even touch the fucking ball against their rival. Like they're not. I mean, they're not rival, but they're the same state basically.
No, but they used to play each other
I
every
know.
year in the
like
Big 12 back in the day.
anytime Mizzou and Kansas play in anything, like it should be like fuck you.
Yeah,
We're going
it's Kansas State, but still,
Kansas
I hear
State.
you.
Sorry, my bad, homie. But like they got killed. They didn't do one thing right in that game, and then all of a sudden, like you're just like, why? What are you? If I didn't go to that school, why would I even care about you?
Right.
I don't get it.
But if you say that, and when you say it, not if,
I just did.
because well, no, I say it all the time.
You don't
too.
think I said it on the radio
People
today?
get upset. People get
Now I
upset.
got Howard Richards coming on Wednesday, but I don't give a fuck.
Hey.
Like what Howard? Like why am I
Yeah,
watching
but Howard is the
He's a badass.
no, but he's the color commentator. Like his job is to not say what he truly believes, but to pump up the program. That's his job.
Yeah.
He gets paid to do that.
Well, I'm gonna be like,
he doesn't have the freedom to just give his opinion the way you and I do.
Yeah, it's true.
You know
but
what I mean?
think he will, man. That guy worked for the CIA and shit.
Oh,
Like, he's
okay, but he
badass.
can't. Not if he wants to have a job. You can't do that.
Yeah, all right.
You know, you got me? You know, you just can't do
Yeah,
that.
well, that's our job then.
Yeah, 100%.
Why am I watching?
And we'll keep doing it. All right, we got to get to Andrew Cogliano.
Okay.
Brought to you by Hair Club, man. This is the perfect time of year to go out and get your hair replaced, restored, or have it regrow, Cam. It's 3 R's. Now is the time to do it. Give them a call today, 800-279-7878. Go to our landing page, hairclub.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
And sign up for your first consultation. From there, you're going to receive like $250 off your first consultation.
That's a good start,
that's a pretty good
Let's
deal
go.
right there.
That's a good start. Let's go.
Hairclub.com/Cam and Strick. That's our landing page. Again, 800-279-7878. CarShield and CarShield.com. Call them today and get yourself set up, Cam, because, again, you just never know when something's going to go down. It could be your brakes, could be an alternator, could be a starter. It could be an engine, computer. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But if you have CarShield, you are simplified, and everything just kind of gets taken care of.
Yeah, baby.
And there's no worry. You're not driving down the road worried, what if? You know, you're like, okay, well, if this happens,
help me out.
I'm all good, right?
Make the call.
And you get to pick where you have it serviced and all that. And you choose your mechanic. So it doesn't get any better. 800-857-2481. That is the number for CarShield. Use that promo code CAM, by the way, which I know is very embarrassing, but you just have to do it. Use the promo code, and it'll save you 10% when you use that promo code CAM. So do it and do it today. We talked about Waggle Golf, Cam. And again, they've got now the hoodies that are out. I've been telling you about the quarter zips. I'm going to put a picture out probably today when the sun's out when I go out to the golf course later on today.
Yeah.
Just
what
get
golf
ready.
course you going to? St. Louis Country Club?
Just get ready to
St. Louis Country Club?
hit some balls. Hit some balls today.
Yeah.
Get out there. And I'll have my Waggle Golf on. I'll have the hat on. I'll have the shirt.
I need to get hooked up.
And I'll be looking good.
I need to get hooked up, man, because I honestly wear that shit everywhere. And people talk to me everywhere. This girl came up to me at Walgreens the other day. I had the rooster shirt on.
What?
The cock shirt on, the rooster. And she's like, "Where'd you get that?" And I go, "Oh, Jesus." I'm like,
she scared you like that.
I'm like, she goes, "I know why you wear that." This is in Walgreens, where it's like old people everywhere. Walgreens at 9 o'clock. I'm just trying to get champagne for Kate and I Sunday morning.
Is that where you buy your champagne?
Fuck yeah.
At Walgreens?
Well, it's because I had to go to. I mean, I go in there and get kitty litter.
Did you buy? Did you buy all of your chicken noodle soup ingredients?
No, I went to
Walgreens
Deerberg's.
too?
But I went to Walgreens to get kitty litter, kitty food, Prilosec, fiber gummies, some Taki chippies, and I get some fucking cheap ass champagne so we could drink mimosas and watch football all day. Then I go to Deerberg's and get the rest of my shit. But I'm at goddamn Walgreens, which is the biggest pain in the ass in the world because there's a bunch of old people in there and they take forever in line. And this lady comes in and goes, "I love your shirt. Mike, can I take a picture of you?" She starts taking pictures of me. And I'm like, She goes, "I know why you like that." In front of everybody.
Oh, God.
Kids. She goes, "Because you want people to say that they love your cock." I go,
Yeah,
I go,
know.
"What,
I don't
woman?"
know about this.
I go, "There's children everywhere."
See, this doesn't happen where I
go,
live, man.
"What, woman?"
In my part of town, this would never happen.
I go, nobody's thinking that, and no one thought that in a while.
Was Kate
including
with you?
my no. She would have been like, "What the fuck do you say?"
Oh, shit.
Nah, she wouldn't have, but she would have looked at her like, "You're a fucking weirdo." She's protective of me like you cannot
Well,
believe.
you need it. You need some
She
protection.
is very protective of me.
Oh, my God.
I know. Rightfully so.
GetYourWaggleOn.com. That's the website. And check out their gear, man. It is incredible stuff. Hats, golf shirts, quarter zips, hoodies. They've got women clothes as well.
Well, they need women's hats for Kate and Andy and a couple of my neighbors that are women.
I can't decide which one I'm going to go with today.
The women's?
It'll be a hell of a... I got to get out there. What time's... I got a tea time in 45 minutes, dude.
Sure you do, Andy. Sure you do.
Better hurry up.
Fake golfer, Andy.
Fake golf.
You are kind of a fake. You're in your backyard. Your clubs look like a fucking joke. You got them all
Wait till you
mixed
see
matched.
which club I have
Then
out
you're in your
today.
backyard. There's like toys in the backyard. You got your fucking trampoline sitting in the back, and you take a picture like you're on
I don't
course.
have a trampoline.
He takes a picture with his kids' toys in his backyard, thinking he's at, like, honestly, St. Louis Country Club. And I called you out on Twitter. You gotta, like, hide it a
Wait
little
till
bit
you
more
see
than
it
that.
today.
Go to a course and play. You can come over if you want.
Damn, my tea time's in 45 minutes.
Where at? Where you going?
Old Warson.
Old Warson. That's funny.
Oh,
Top 4 course.
Warson.
Top 4 course. No, Andy's getting invited out to that top 4 course in Missouri.
I get invited
all
out
the
there.
time.
I do get invited out there.
I was supposed to go today to the Blues golf tournament, and I turned it down.
Because
why?
I don't
Because why?
Because you're not confident in your golf game.
No, it's because I didn't want to change up this show,
You could
my
go
radio
after
show.
this.
I have people hosting instead of me. I'm not doing that.
You could go after this.
No, it started at 10 o'clock, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Andy, I didn't want to fuck people over because I don't screw people over on my work, and I'd rather not go to a golf course and not screw my teammates over, homie.
All right,
and
so
yourself.
so,
you know.
Bellman and getyourwaggleon.com. That is the website for Waggle Golf. Say hi to Travis Baker.
Hey, what up, Trav? Dude, what's up, homie? Dude, hook me up.
He does a great job
Trav,
with his Instagram.
Can you hook me up
doesn't
with
he?
shit? Stop giving it to Andy because I don't trust Andy. Can you send me some shit? I actually wear it, and I'm actually on a lovely course.
I need to change the size actually.
To
Well,
medium?
the medium's a little
Big?
No. Check it out. Getyourwaggleon.com and hook yourself up with some Waggle Golf and send us some photos.
Yeah, I want to see photos from all you guys. Like, honestly, it makes me feel good. I don't give a fuck if you're in your garage, your backyard.
Yeah.
Where's your chill zone? Hook me
Where
up.
is it?
I need to feel.
You know where my chill zone is?
I feel good when you guys show me
You
that.
want to know where my chill zone is right now? It's in my
Right
basement with my Sparks skate sharpener, baby. That thing is just changed my life, Cam. I got more people reaching out and being like, dude, like, can you like point me in the right direction? Absolutely. You use that promo code Cam and Strick, you're going to save some money. Everybody should have one. If you've got kids that are playing and they're young, or if you are going to be playing hockey for the rest of your life,
keep it.
Men's league and whatever,
It's cheap.
Why head off to the damn hockey store
with dipshit boy?
With dipshit boy,
sharpening
your skates with the same
cross-grinding
machine.
Yeah. He's like,
and he's not even paying attention.
No, he has no idea what he's doing.
He's like drinking like a Monster
It costs you
energy
$10.
drink and be like, "Oh, what do you need?"
Cross grind? What? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Just keep that in your basement. Keep it in your locker room. If your kids on a AAA team, what a cool donation to hook up the kids. They can take that on the road trip, so your dads aren't scrambling. Mom and dad, I should say, mom and dad
have all the parents chip in $20
to get a goddamn skate sharpener. So you guys are always good. You know when you go on the road,
keep it in the locker room.
You're stepping on bullshit, these shitty ass rinks, and then like your mom and dad have to go scramble to get your skate sharpened. There's a line about the wazoo. This game starts in 5 minutes.
What's it like going out to play a game and your skates are not sharpened?
You're done. It's a nightmare. You know the nightmares. If you're a hockey player, you have nightmares that you can't find your skate. You tie your skates enough. The play's going on. You're in a locker room. It's like such a horrible feeling. That's the real life feeling when your skates are fucked up. You got to get off the ice. You're missing a whole period. Your mom and dad spend all this money. You're up in fucking Chicago, in Canada, in Minnesota, and your mom and dad have to sit there for fucking 40 minutes to wait for your skates to get sharpened because you stepped on a goddamn screw walking on the ice.
Hey, give me your skates and I'll get them sharpened for you before fantasy camp.
I got people.
No, I'll go ahead and sharpen
Andy,
those
I got
for you.
people to take care of my stuff. Jesus.
Sparks with an X, Cam. SPARX. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save some money. More money than you'll save on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's a big deal right there, Cam. It's a hell of a deal.
Nightmare days.
Sparks. You know, Sparks is used in like 25 of NHL dressing rooms too. It's the preferred skate sharpener of NHL superstars.
Yeah, when you got 15 you got to do, you might put one on. You set the diagram to what you want.
It's so easy. Yeah. It's so easy. The problem is, it makes me want to like sharpen them all the time because it's so fun. I just enjoy like watching it. You know,
you're not strong enough to have sharpened skates anyway, Andy. You don't even dig into the ice.
That's not true.
Andy could skate around the whole ice surface and wouldn't even know it.
My kid was in a drill yesterday.
Hey, did you tell him what I told you?
Yeah. What was that? Go get the puck?
Go get it no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
And did you tell him no one's going to push you around, Ty? Yeah. And people are going to get scared of you if you're aggressive.
I did tell him that.
They'll get scared of you if you're aggressive. Tell him that.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
Do you know that a kid yesterday, I saw the whole damn thing. They're going in, there's like a little kind of a puck battle. But the kid was behind Ty. Ty gets to the puck first.
Ran from behind.
He slew foots him.
PK Sluban foot.
On purpose. Actually, he used a stick, though. You know, like he used a stick to chop the back of his...
Sometimes you just, when you're young, you got to let that go. Let Ty deal with that. What Ty do? Did he get up and look at the kid like, what the fuck
he didn't even know what... He didn't even he just got up.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but I got pissed because it's right along the wall. I just don't like it.
I said, gutless move.
And sometimes kids, you know, that at this age they're repeat offenders too, man.
No, I know.
Every time there's a kid along the wall, you just like hold your breath. Like, what's this kid going to do this time?
Yep.
So you just got to be careful.
Put the stop thing on the back of his jersey.
The stop sign?
Yeah, the stop sign. That really worked.
Yeah, I just don't want to see a kid get hurt into the boards, man. It's very
no one
dangerous.
does, Andy.
Yeah,
Nobody does. But Ty's going to be okay, man. That's not the last time he's going to get slew-footed. It's not the last time he's going to hit from behind. It's not the last time he's going to get elbowed. It's not the last time he's going to high stuck in the face. So he's just got to suck it up.
Yeah.
Protect yourself. Stick your ass out so he can't do that to you. Stick your ass out. Anytime a kid comes up to you, if Ty's in the corner, because he's aggressive, he gets there first, brace yourself and invite the impact. Provide it. What's he going to do? If he doesn't come at you, then you got room to go.
Who's the best reverse hitter?
Peter Forsberg was good. Osh is good.
Steiner was good.
I'm talking about guys that put guys down.
No, I know.
Put guys down.
Oshie
would hurt you. I'm talking about guys that put guys down. Dustin Bufflin, I couldn't hit him. I was pretty good at it, but I didn't have the puck enough. But I'd always brace myself because I was always used to getting I was always thinking guys are going to hit me like I hit them, but that never really was the case. But yeah, nothing better when you have the puck and somebody tries to hit you and you put them on their motherfucking ass and you step over them and you still have the puck. Doggy. They don't want to hit you again. Tell Ty that, man. Tell Ty, brace yourself. The kid comes, put a little fucking shoulder into him. Oh, I got separation. Go. Take it to the net. Be aggressive. They will be scared of you if you're aggressive.
Always initiate the contact.
Always. Go. Get in there. We'll sort out the rest.
All right, so get your Sparks machine today. All right, Bellman.com, BEHLMANN. Our boy Danny Boy is just making it happen here heading into the fall. These fall deals right now, Cam.
Yeah, baby. Get on it. Get on.
You got any leaves that are going to fall in your backyard?
Yeah.
Who's gonna clean those up?
Mitchell. Oh, yeah. Mitchell fucking landscaping. I don't have that many trees in my backyard. It's more of a all yard, and I got separated trees, lovely trees. But
I have my historic tree, that I built, that I planted a few years back. You should see how big that damn thing's getting right now, Cam.
It's cool, man.
I mean, just growing. Well, it is kind of cool to see it start from like nothing into the ground, where you plant it with your own bare hands, and to see it grow.
Yeah, I get that.
That's nature, dude.
Not really. It's not nature.
What do you mean?
You planted it.
It's a tree. It's a real tree.
Nature would be like a seed falling off something and organically plant itself and then grow. It's not nature when you, as a human, digs a hole and plants a fucking seed that you bought at a goddamn fucking store.
Right.
It's not nature.
Okay. Well, it's kind of nature.
Are you nature? No, you're not. You're a human.
The most beautiful natural
Don't clip that.
landscape.
Yeah, let that go.
You want to know what it is? People think maybe it's a snow-capped mountain.
What is it, Andy?
It's a sunset on the beach.
What is it? Because it's an opinion, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
It's an aspen forest with aspen trees
Aspen
in
trees
the
would be-
fall with the gold and
I
red
see that.
leaves
Out east?
that are changing. Oh, out east, out west, wherever.
Well, out west, maybe northern
up
west.
up in the mountains,
okay.
dude.
Out west.
Any high elevation where an aspen tree typically grows.
Well, there's no four seasons out west when you go to California and Arizona and all that. There's no four seasons.
Sure,
but you have to
there
go
are. Up in the mountains, there are.
up in the mountains.
Yeah. So in Arizona mountains, California mountains, yeah.
But a lot of times there's not four seasons.
Not in Southern California.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I said
but Northern California there is.
Northern.
Yeah. Like Utah.
Yeah.
But like
out east is more where it's like the change
Colorado. Yeah, out east, northeast. Yeah.
It's beautiful out east, man.
Yeah.
It truly is. It's
North
expensive out west.
Carolina, dude.
North Carolina's a jam. That's my jam. I'd live in North Carolina. I would. I wouldn't live anywhere up north of fucking Washington, D.C.
They're partying up in Appalachian State University right now. They're running it through the streets in Boone, North Carolina, which is beautiful, by the way. That's a little mountain town. Check out Bellman, though. Cam, out there in Troy, Missouri. Get out there today. They've got the Buick GMC on one side of the street. You know what they have on the other side? The Chrysler Dodge Jeep
GMC.
Ram.
What?
The Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, dude. They got all of that. They've got some incredible fall deals. Listen, if your credit is bad, have no fear. Have no worries about that rolling on in there.
Yeah,
They'll
man,
take care of
you.
you. Hey, everybody qualifies. Everybody qualifies at Bellman. Dan Bellman. You got Dale. You got Kenny. Hey, you got everybody over there.
What's up?
Just making it happen. We appreciate the support from all of our sponsors, and we appreciate all of you supporting our sponsors.
Damn right. Helps us out, guys.
Support the sponsors, and go to camandstrick.com if you missed an episode, and purchase one of our great hats that we have online right now. camandstrick.com. Purchase a hat and listen to an episode if you've missed one. We got to get to Andrew Cogliano.
Yeah. Let's go.
On this edition of the Cam Strick Podcast, enjoy. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. You know, nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and you know right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now to the interview.
Hello.
Cogs.
What up, homie?
What's going on, guys?
What are you doing today?
Was Andy bugging you?
You know what? Honestly, we just moved in. We're renting a place, so we just moved in, and you know how that's going. So,
are you living up in the mountains? Where are you? Like downtown? Are you in Cherry Creek?
Where you at, homie?
Where are you at?
I live in the mountains in the summer. We got a place out in River, BC. It's called kind of an hour and a half away from Banff.
Loveliness.
Yeah.
Loveliness.
I mean, you're right there on the what's it called? The river, the turquoise
don't act
river.
like you know what the hell you're talking
No, I
about
know
here,
exactly
Andy.
what I'm talking about. Where's it?
Yeah.
In Banff. What is it called? The river.
We go past, to get our place, we go past Banff, and then once you get to the not the Highway 1, you take the Highway 1 out past Banff, and then I think there's a cutoff there. And then you basically get off and you take a left, and it takes it towards BC. You go right towards BC from there.
Just say it's the most beautiful place on earth. That's all you gotta say, homie.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice. So we're out there.
I'm very familiar with BC, by the way. I've seen the bears out there. I saw a bear up in Whistler, driving through Squamish.
You didn't see shit.
Are you close to Whistler? Do you get out there to Whistler?
You know what? Actually, there's a bunch of bears out there now, apparently.
I know. See?
Yeah.
Bears and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, see, Cam doesn't believe me, man. You got to watch out for those bears, man. I mean, I was on a walk, and this biker was coming the other way. I'm with the wife, and he's like, just be careful. 50 yards up, there's a bear hanging out. But
sharks are abundant now, too.
They kind of leave you alone, though, Andrew.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know they do. Yeah. Well, I don't think you want to see one, right? But
I know.
But no, you know, because they take just massive dumps on the property.
Can't miss it. Can't miss it.
I know.
I'll have berries in that. Hey, look, what do you do in the summertime, Andy? Like, you got a boat? Like, are you a hunter? Do you fish? Like, what do you do?
You know what? We're out there. No, we're out. We got 2 young girls. We got a 3-year-old and a 1.5. So we're busy, but no, we go there basically the whole summer, and it's nice. We go, got a couple boats.
Like what kind?
A
little ski boat and a what?
Yeah, we got a surf boat. We got a Mastercraft, a nice Mastercraft.
Those are nice.
A couple Sea-Doos, and so we're out there. It's nice. It's not like Kelowna's a big lake, obviously. It's not. This one's it's almost like a widening of a river. So it's actually glacier water, and it's basically free, not obviously fast, free flowing, but
clean and flush
through.
Clean and
nice.
flush. Yeah. Yeah, damn right.
Nice.
And cold as shit, of course.
Yeah, it gets cold. And then in the summer, midsummer, it heats up a bit, but not like the lakes in Ontario. They're super hot, Muskoka and those. So
that's
we interview guys all the time. They're all up on Muskoka, but it sounds too crowded.
It's too crowded up there. You got it going on.
Yeah.
Hey,
no, it's not for me.
Hey, Lake Louise is what I was talking about, by the way.
Yeah. No, all that's it's just unreal out there. I like honestly, I don't know, maybe because I started in Edmonton, I just I'm always I'm a West Coast guy now. I like it out there. I don't know. I don't love I go back to Toronto, and it's good for some doses of it, but
you're Tupac, not Biggie.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't even like rap, but
he's like Soup. He's like Snoop, but he's not like.
I just said one.
Flavor Flav. Hey, I ran into Flavor Flav one time in Buffalo, New York, in the hotel. I was there for the draft in 2016. He's staying in the same hotel. We hung out.
He's your size.
We hung out. He kept the kitchen open until forever.
He's a goofball, Andy. Good God.
Hey, Why do you have this Boston accent? You kind of have a little bit of an East Coast accent, and you have a Boston area code. So what's going on?
Yeah, I got a Boston. You know what? I think it's because it was in that we played in, like I was in Edmonton, but we needed like an American, like a plan, right? Mm-hmm. So I needed an American address, and I used my agent's kind of address and whatever, but that was a long time ago, so still got it.
There you go, man.
Yeah, you do still got it. And now you're playing in Colorado. Listen, that had to be so refreshing. I know you had a long run there with some other teams in Anaheim and whatever, and obviously Edmonton. But when you get the call that you're going to Colorado, and you know that they're going to have a chance to win it all, which you guys did. I mean, like, was your reaction like, wow, I'm going to have a chance to win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah. No, it was. You know what? I'm not going to lie. It was tough in San Jose. Like, I think, great guys, great, very good organizations, been around, playing, some really good teams there for a long time. And it was just a tough year. For me, I've been fortunate. I've been, coming into last year, been in the playoffs, I think 10 years in a row. So, when we got into January there and we're out of it, I just was like, wow, this sucks, really. Like, I didn't really know, and how I approached the game and the preparation side of it. It didn't seem like I was like, this is hell for me, really, to be honest. So, there was some touchy moments there, to be honest, in terms of like just the mindset. And I know when I got near the deadline, I just was like, I told my agent, San Jose was great. I have a great relationship with them. I was good friends with, Doug Jr. that was there, Doug Wilson. We spoke a lot over the summer, and they approached me and they said, hey, like, there's a couple teams that have expressed some interest in you, and what do you think? And Colorado was one of them. So I actually just told I told them, I said, listen, guys, if you could get me on Colorado, that's the place I would love to go play. And I knew Nate, I knew some guys on the team already. And ultimately, I knew that they were just a phenomenal team. So my mindset, to be honest, was just to get on the team. And then I knew I was confident in myself and confident in my experience that I was able to carve out a role and do a good job. And but initially, it was just to get there because, I consider myself very fortunate. I consider myself very fortunate to have that opportunity.
Yeah, no, and you should, man. But you earned that. Like, I mean, there's certainly like winning teams want people like you.
Damn right.
Veteran guys who have been around. And let's let the people know you've had runs in the playoffs in the past with Anaheim. I think you went to the conference final, Stanley Cup final with Dallas. I mean, so you've had some long playoff runs in the past. So you do bring something to the table in terms of playoff experience too for a team that hadn't won. But like when you've had the career that you've been around for a long time, and you find yourself in San Jose, you're not going to make the playoffs. You're not having a great season personally. You're not happy. Like everyone just automatically assumes because you're in the NHL, everything's just like, it's like Care Bears and balloons and birthday cake. And you got a wife and kids too, man. So how tough was that?
No, it's tough. It was really tough, to be honest. Like I just wasn't used to that, the mindset of playing, like I said, I've been very fortunate. So I wasn't used to kind of having the mindset of just going to play. I didn't really like how I play and how I prepare and my game even, it's meant for team atmosphere. It's meant to add to a good team and be on good teams because that's ultimately when I play my best and bring my ultimate best. So, no, there were some dark days there, to be honest. I've been like, I've been in the league for a while. I've been very fortunate with my career, and I'm not trying to say that, a bad year in San Jose was, there's a lot of worse situations out there, 100%. But, when you go from being there and then have the opportunity to go to Colorado, it really just kind of, that's the jackpot, really. There's no other jackpot, and I know a lot of players would love that opportunity and be in the same situation. So when I got it, it was, the energy obviously goes from kind of a tough spot to as high as possible.
So, look, when you play on any NHL team, everybody's got skill and all that stuff. But when you walk into that Colorado room and then you start skating with those guys and you see, like, the skill, like, good God, like, what stuck out to you?
You know what? Yeah, it's a good question. You know what? When I came in, it's the pace. I would say that's the the biggest thing that caught me, surprised me in a way was just the pace that guys practice at, how they pass the puck, how they move. Like Kale and Nate and Mikko and these guys. Honestly, they do things at another level in terms of speed and pace. And when you have, I'm a believer now in whatnot. I've just seen it over the last year. When you have those as your best players, that when they practice on a day-to-day basis, really, like, you have no choice but to be sharp and practice hard and bring your best when you're out there. Because if you don't, you look awful, to be honest. You just don't look good. So, that was the first thing I noticed. I noticed how fast the guys practiced. Our pace of practice was just at another level, and then it carried into the game. And, but they, and very, very driven. I will say the guys, when I got here, I was used to having, 20-minute pregame skates in San Jose, and in here we were on the ice for sometimes 40, 45 minutes. And, I play on the fourth line, so I'm not leaving until, Nate's leaving or Kale's leaving and these guys are leaving. But like you're not going anywhere. And in my head, I'm going, man, I'm on the ice here for 45 minutes in pregame skate. But it's almost like, they're working on their game, and they pull you along. I really feel that they drive the team, and they drive players like myself. They drive younger players to do more and expect more from themselves. And ultimately, that's why we have a good team.
Okay, so I want to get into that with Colorado, but San Jose, you look at some of the names. Hertl obviously is a hell of a player, and he signs that extension. And Pavelski is a guy that I feel like he wants to win. Like, this is a guy that, maybe shares the same frustration that you had about being in San Jose. Like, here's a guy who wants to win. And you got Carlson and some of these guys who have made a lot of money, and then you see Pavelski and Carlson maybe, butt heads a little bit on the ice, towards the end of the season. Did you get the same sense that they have that same type of leadership, even though they have these guys that have been around for a long time?
You know what? I really got along with Cooch and Tommy, Burnsy. Oh, Burnsy, you talk about, you just talk about a hockey player. I think, I had, an unbelievable friendship with him. I still do. And I'm actually excited to see him in Carolina. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. But, at the end of the day, I just think that it wasn't anything to do with leadership. You heard about a bunch of that when I went to San Jose and this and that. They had the whole Kane thing going on, which kind of was a little bit weird. You just didn't know what was going to happen. But, at the end of the day, I just think that to make the playoffs and to have a successful team, you need good players. And, I even look at the situation on the team in terms of depth and what they had for players. I was on the third line there, and, I'm on the fourth line in Colorado. So what I mean is, just taking, for example, myself, at the end of the day, depth makes a huge difference. When you have a guy like me, maybe on your fourth line, that's maybe the best case scenario for a good team. And when you're playing up in the lineup, it adds different elements to the team. So, but, I will say, for those guys, you hear a bunch of stuff about the leadership and all that. And there's a very solid group of guys there that have been very successful over a long period of time. Some of the longest maybe years, from other teams, that San Jose group has been very successful. And I think at the end of the day, they're just transitioning. They're trying to bring young players in. And when that happens, you just might not have a successful team for every single year. But I feel like because they've always been in the playoffs and everyone's used to being in the playoffs, everyone's expecting them to be good every year. But right now they're just transitioning a bit. But there's good people. They're good people. It's a great organization.
City cool? You like the city? San Jose cool?
Yeah, I do. Like I was in Newport in Anaheim, so I'm a little bit that was kind of as best as you could get, to be honest. But just the beach and Newport Beach, and it's phenomenal living. But Northern California is awesome as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And listen, it's the only place in the league where the people sitting on the glass make more money than the players too.
No.
Well, you got to put your
go ahead. Fans. It just was a tough. There wasn't as many as there wasn't as like I felt like the transition even with the fans there was, a little bit off from what I was used to. Like I was used to, you go Saturday night in the Shark Tank, it was like,
oh yeah,
you're crawling out of the rink after, right? So the fans were, packed, and I think there's been a lot, and they're just transitioning right now, basically.
Yeah, no, I remember being there for playoff games, like covering playoff games back even in 2019. Man, it was a great atmosphere. I got to ask you about Brent Burns though, man. Did he ever take you to the ranch, like
Texas?
We got to know. This guy's barbecuing. He's drinking the darkest coffee you can find. What is this guy all about? Because you know what, he's super cool, man. He always gets back to me, but he doesn't love doing podcasts and stuff like that.
We try to get him on,
but I mean, fill us in, man. Let us know about this guy.
He's an awesome guy. He's one of a kind, really. He's just eccentric, but the one thing with Burnsy is very genuine. Him and his wife Susan, they have 3 kids that my daughter just loved, and great people. Very, very, very homey. Treated everyone with respect and really helped and wanted everyone to feel comfortable. But I would always chirp him. He brings his backpack into the rink, and I would go with him before games. And honestly, I still don't even know what's in the backpack. I know he has blenders. He has
granola bars.
Whatever you could imagine. And one time I was like,
snakes, probably snakes in there.
Snake oil.
It could be anything in that thing. And I remember asking one time, I'm like, do you have a phone charger? Like I was like, of all the things you probably should have in there, you probably should have a phone charger. And he actually didn't. And in my head, I'm going like, you got blenders and you got everything, basically you could find to put in this backpack, which is basically the size of me. But whenever we went through like the rink, the monitors, in my head, I'm going like, just let the guy go through. Like if you stop this guy now, we're going to be here for the next 20 minutes.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
But we're gonna dig something out of something.
I know. And he drove this red, he bought an old truck, which is pretty cool, but he drove this old red truck, and the one day I'm driving beside him. The windshield's not working. He's outside. He's wiping the windshield down with a towel, and he's driving, and he's got his army gear on, and he's awesome. He's
a rich hillbilly.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Actually, it's a great way of putting it. He rides a motorized bike to the rink every day with his backpack on, and but with him, it's like he does his own thing. He does his thing, and he loves it, and that's him, and that's why everyone gets along with him.
He keeps the phone charger in his beard, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, he's got birds in that mug too.
The snakes and everything; those are in the backpack, man. No, he's a really interesting guy. Yeah, hey, last thing about San Jose, can Erik Karlsson, can he still play like at a high level? Like, does he ever wow you like in practice?
Yeah, he was the beginning of the year last year was very, very good, very good. He was at a pace there for a bit, and where you could see, his game. With him, I think what happened midway through was he got injured a little bit, and just, lost his groove. But he does things in practice where you don't see, a lot of defensemen doing is, how he skates and passes the puck and how he shoots. And with him, he thinks the game differently. He just thinks the game on another level. And, sometimes it's a double-edged sword for guys, right? Because a lot of guys don't actually think like him. So, sometimes the plays he wants to make aren't really there because, guys aren't as good as him in terms of their hockey sense. But we got along too. I love Carl in terms of who he is as a guy, and obviously if he could just stay healthy and throughout the years here, he's going to be a good player for a long time.
Yeah, he's got great hair too, man. I mean, like just
he does have nice hair.
Yeah. He's a handsome dude.
Top five.
It is what it is.
Top 5 in the league. Hey, all right. So you get to Colorado, and I mean, did you get a sense, like, because, it's not like you walked into a room where they had won. I mean, they're still trying to win, So, I mean, where was the focus level of that team just in terms of just, wanting to ultimately get there based on what had happened the previous years?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think you would find a more driven team than the team we, when I came into it. I knew it was a situation where it was win or that was a failure. Really, you could feel it. Guys would talk about it, and there was no hiding from it. Really, I think that's ultimately why I think we were so successful. Is we knew what the goal was, and really we weren't scared to really go after it and put our best foot forward. And coaching staff did an amazing job. It's just a very well prepared team from Bedsy. and his staff. And when you're prepared and when you have some of the players like we do, I think for us, we really came together as a team for playoffs. I really do. I think it was the tightest team I've seen throughout my career, which, I played on some good teams in Anaheim, but it was the tightest, from first line, fourth line, whoever you were on the team, it was a very good feel in terms of the personalities. And I think that makes a big difference. I think when the teams that win, I think they're usually the closest teams, and then the teams that really gel together really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, no doubt. And you guys were spanking teams left and right. You had to have like some sort of confidence with you. But when you play the Blues, and Andy and I are from St. Louis too, and there's a lot of Blues fans that are here. But like when you came into that series, like what were you guys thinking about? Like what were you guys concerned about? And when you went through that series, like were you ever concerned? I mean, you guys again blew through so many guys. Like when you played the Blues, like how was it with your mindset?
Yeah, you know what? I will say I think, Tampa obviously was a, extremely tough series to beat Tampa, but playing St. Louis, that was a hard series. And now you actually think back on it. Binnington gets hurt, and I felt that Binnington was starting to really feel good in that series. Mm-hmm. I could tell that he was starting to feel really confident, and I think it was just a big blow to them that he got hurt, really. Like, let's call a spade a spade. So, but even that game 6, even though the games I felt like for the most part, maybe we carried the play in the games. I think what they're so good at, and I think it's it speaks to Schenner, it speaks to O'Reilly, the guys that have been there, is that they know even when it doesn't feel like it's not going well for them as a team, they're still there. They still find ways to hang in there, and because they've won before. And I think when you win, that's what you become really good at. Even if when you don't have it, or maybe a team's better than you in terms of overall talent and all that, there's a way to stick around the game and give yourself a chance. And I think that's what they're really good at. But their depth was, the guys that they would have kind of like, even when you look at their lineup during the series, like, in the third line, you had Thomas and Kyrou sometimes, and you're kind of like, whoa, that's an explosive line. Like they could score, you give them a chance, they're going to score. So they were very, when they got opportunities, we felt like they could score, which sometimes when you play teams like that, it's really tough because you could be carrying the play and then they go down and get an opportunity, they put in the back of the net. But I think about the whole playoff series. Like I will say, I'm not going to say because you guys are from St. Louis and all that, but it just maybe during it, you felt like you were playing better than kind of like how it was going in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Because, and you know what, like you look at even game 6, like Helm scores with 4 seconds left. If we go with overtime and we lose, we're in game 7. Yeah. Now, did it feel like a game 7 series? I don't know. But I think that speaks volumes to the guys that they have there and how they play and the coaching and the organization is because they've won. I really feel that they're always there and they know what to do in tough situations and tough moments. And I think that, that's really important.
Yeah, no, that's well said, man, because it didn't really feel like a 7-game series, but I mean, the Blues had an opportunity to potentially push it to a game 7. So I like the way you put that. When Kadri runs Binnington, like was the reaction on the bench like, here we go again with Kadri, or did you know right off the bat that maybe this wasn't like an intentional, situation? And then like with everything that was going on with Kadri and the fans rallying behind him, we stand with, Nazem and all that type of stuff. Was that like a rallying situation for the team, or was that something like, okay, we just didn't really focus that much on it? We were just focused on playing hockey.
I don't think he did it intentionally at all. I really don't. I think as a player, hey, Cam, like when something happens out there, and when someone does something, and you're kind of like looking the other way. I think that play, I think he just was going for the puck and trying to score.
I agree.
Now it just ended. It ended badly for Binnington. It really did, and for them, like it just, it did. The stuff after, definitely we rallied. I think that was for us, and even just in general, like we just, what he was going through, some of the messages and what he was dealing with his family and, he's a daughter. It just, we're kind of like for guys like me and guys that it hit home in terms of, how he was being treated and, it was unfair, over a hockey play that really he had no intention of doing anything. So I think as a team, we definitely rallied. We rallied around him. He's our teammate. He was very well liked in our room. And we all, he obviously showed, what he was about and had a great end to the series and was a major part of it. And for us, it gave us energy to support him and ultimately helped us.
Listen, when you've been around as long as you have and you go to a new team, though, like how long does it take you to feel comfortable? Are you kind of like walking along, not on eggshells, but, just trying to fit in? You want to contribute. Yeah. You're going to a good team.
Been around a long time.
Or do you walk in and you're like, the guys, they respect you, and you just kind of fit in right away?
Yeah, I felt very comfortable with these guys. That's why I feel like I just felt very comfortable with the group of guys. I knew Nate. I knew a lot of guys coming into it, or a few at least. And it was just a good fit for me personally, but also maybe for the team in terms of having another older guy that, could help some younger guys and play with certain guys. And I felt very comfortable. That was one reason why, after this year, they asked me about, coming back, and it was a no-brainer for me simply. And a big reason is because of how much I enjoy playing with the guys on the team. I feel really comfortable with them. I think it's a great group of guys, and it's fun. It's actually fun to play. So when I got the opportunity, it was a no-brainer.
Okay. So you start your career and, I played, and even in practice, man, I feel like I'm going to run into the boards and get hurt. Or just take a puck off the pinky from a defenseman that's trying to throw the puck on net, and you're doing a drill and you're penalty killing because you're the guy that penalty kills in practice. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell did you not get hurt? Like, seriously though. And it's not like you worked out and you're like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, yeah, I get all that, but like, you got to admit that it's a luck factor involved, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean,
everyone, I've been asked this, and it's just like, I think it's, I'll combine luck with, have I been a guy that's prepared well and, been a guy that's enjoyed the nutrition and the working outside of it and taking care of myself, of course. Like, I think I've always been a guy like that through my career, but I just, to be honest, this last playoff run was probably, I got more injuries in that span that I did in my whole career, to be honest.
Funny how that works.
Yep. Yeah, it's just funny how it works. I broke my rib in the first game. I broke my finger, had to have surgery. There were so many things that happened in this playoff run. In my head, I'm going like, this stuff never happened in, my 15-year career. So luck is the biggest thing. And when I teamed that up with the other stuff, it gave me that streak.
Okay, but the streak came to an end because of a suspension, man. I mean, like I was one of those people being like,
God.
this isn't right. Like, what is going on here? They can't fine his ass. Like, I never know what a suspension is versus a fine anyway. So give us the real story behind the scenes, man. Were you pleading your case with the NHL? Like, was your agent doing it?
Yeah, you know what? I was a little. I think right now I've let it go with all the grudges. And there was a time, I roomed with George. To be honest, we were roommates, and and I was surprised. Why I was surprised, and I haven't talked to George about this, to be honest, but I was surprised because the hit, what they were saying was it was major contact to the head, and I kept watching. I'm like, yeah, I came late at him, whatever, but I came kind of through his body first, and I'm never trying to intentionally hurt someone out there, and the player wasn't hurt. The player finished the game. And, I feel like when you do something bad during a game, like, at least the other team's going to respond, or at least say something, respond.
Yep.
Nothing was said to me on the ice.
I know.
Nothing was, there was no, like, honestly, like, even after the game, I actually, like, in my head, I was kind of like, okay, like, could this be an issue? So I asked our media guy, I said, hey, has anyone tweeted anything, or like there's any talk about anything? And he's like, no one said a word. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then that night, Bob Murray kind of came up to me and said, hey, George called. And in my head, I'm going, come on, and he didn't like the fact that he called that night in terms of like kind of threw it out there because, Bob kind of basically told me, he said, this isn't that good. Like, this might end badly in a way, like the fact that he reached out to me right away. Usually when this happens, you're going to get suspended. So, but I think at the time I was emotional about it because, I don't know, like you played 830 games in a row and you're really not used to not playing. So it kind of affected me that way. And I was kind of like, suspension is kind of tough. But, I let it go. It's a funny story. Actually, now I could probably tell it. But after the win, I got a bunch of text messages and stuff like that. And I actually haven't talked to George. And, I just didn't. There was nothing for me really to talk about. I didn't really want to, converse about it. And I know he wanted to kind of talk, and he reached out a few times, and I kind of just let it go and didn't want to get into it. But he texted me after we won, and I got a bunch of obviously texts from numbers I didn't know, right? And I again text messaging with people I know. So when I wrote back anything, nice, I appreciate it, thank you very much, and thanks for reaching out, and blah blah blah. And then I sent that. I must have sent it to him. So when he texted me back, he wrote, "Hey, it's George, by the way." And in my head, I'm going, "Oh man, I didn't even know who was texting. I didn't even know who was texting me." And I responded back to him, and I ended up writing back to him like, "You know what? I won a cup, so all the hatchet is buried now." But in my head, I'm going, I've kind of like stayed away from his text messages, or when I got him before, and this time I didn't actually even know who was text messaging, and that's how I found out it was him. So,
oh my god,
yeah, but that was ridiculous.
It was, and listen, and we've had George on. I want to say your suspension was after maybe we had him on,
yeah,
but
I think so.
But when you're having the hearing, is your streak brought up? Like, is the league saying
no?
Okay.
No, yeah, that wasn't brought up. No, none of that was brought up, and I think they just thought it was a head hit, and they figured, hey, like, just because it's him, we're not going to not suspend him. So they were technically doing their job. I didn't agree with the decision. That's all.
Well, not really though, because it's you, not because of the streak, but you didn't have any. I mean, did you have any prior?
No prior
I know.
history.
So it's like
no.
I've done way worse things than that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have.
It's unbelievable. But hey, let me ask you something though. But when you went through the streak though, were there times where you're like, "Oh my God, I can't put my goddamn foot in my boot. I can't do this. I can't bend my knee, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to suck it up," and you just get through it, and now eventually you heal.
Like, when does it become a streak?
When's it become? Yeah,
like is it like 300, 400? Like, when do you
what
start
kind of pain
thinking
you go
about
through? And you stole my question.
I remember I was sick, really sick a few times that I kind of just gutted through, which sucked. I had a high ankle sprain in Anaheim that, a grade 1 but it was a situation where, you tape it up, you play, once you catch it a few times, you're in pain, but then the pain went away. So it was almost like any injury I had was almost one where maybe it kind of sucked to play, but you could play.
Yeah.
That, honestly, like, that's just, it was never one where I was like, hey, shoot me up and, get me out there. I can't lose this streak. I would never really do that to the team. I think that's unfair, but it was always injuries that I could kind of like, basically get through the game or play and kind of be fine. And so that's why, like, there's nothing I played with that no other guy I really believe, other than the high ankle sprain. I think the high ankle sprain was a tough one because it was one of those when when you get them, they're crappy, and when you catch it, it's painful. So
and they go long. Yeah. But like anytime, and I know, I'm sorry with all the questions, but I'm so curious about this. It's unbelievable. But like even like, what about in like practice? Where you're like something in front of the net, and all of a sudden somebody throws a
or you get a stick in the face,
or a stick, and you're like, "Oh my God, is this going to end it?"
What? I will say the 1 year with the face stuff I took, I don't know, it was like stick after stick to the mouth. I ended up, long story short, the first time I got hit to the mouth, the guy sewed me up and sewed half my tooth in my lip for. He sewed half the tooth in my lip for the whole season, and I got hit there a bunch of times after. And then after the year, the whole year, okay. And Cam, you're one of these. You would have been one of these guys. But I remember I had a big thing in the front of my lip, and all the guys, Zach Stortini, McIntyre, right. So they say Cogs. It's all it is. It's scar tissue. Just rub it out. I said, okay. So I'd sit there in Edmonton. I'd be sitting there rubbing this lip. And finally, like, I'm like, guys, and this is not good. Like, something is in there. This won't, like, I had it for the whole, they used to do cartoon characters of me in the newspaper because my lip was so big. And after the year, I got plastic surgery. The doctor comes out, he gives me half the tooth, and he goes, "This was in your lip the whole year."
Oh my God.
Yeah. Never
Why'd they leave it in there?
Why?
they never. So well, the first time it happened in Carolina, they sewed it up, and then basically, they didn't know it was in there, and then but I got hit 2 times after in the same spot. And actually it was kind of remarkable that I got cut to the point where they had to restitch me up. So I don't know how it did come out, or they didn't see it when they did it. Jesus. But I got hit twice after where they'd have to stitch me back. Like I basically cut the same spot, stitch me back up. And then after the year, I had this huge thing in my lip still, was half my front tooth.
Did you know what that was? Did you know their tooth was
in
there?
No, I had no clue. Like all the guys would tell me it was scar tissue. So I'd sit there the whole season.
Assholes.
I remember even like my wife now, my girlfriend time, like saying like, like kissing would be like, like just the front of your lip, the tip of it, like the top lip had half my tooth in there.
She's like, something's poking me.
Yeah, it's just not. This isn't right. And
she's like, but I still like you.
I like making out with you, but there's something poking.
But you have like a tiger's tooth.
What the hell is going on with you? Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask you about somebody. You brought up big Stevie Mac. Like how, as a tough dude, and I had to deal with guys, I look at Stevie Mac and I'm like, God, was he horrifying? Great guy. He listens to podcasts. We got to get him on, by the way, Andy. But how scary was he compared to everybody else you play with as far as toughness is concerned?
No, he was. Oh man, he was.
Oh God.
That actually, I still remember vividly. He fought. I think it was Ivanas.
Oh,
maybe.
Radius Ivanas.
Big boy, he fought him that first. I think it was the first game. Yeah, it was the first game, our home opener in
Edmonton,
Edmonton.
LA, maybe or something.
Yeah. Well, I think he was he on Calgary at one point?
Okay,
he might have been on Calgary, and you guys had so it even amplifies more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he won, and he knocked him out, and it was one of the in that building, and it just was electrifying. But no, he was. The thing with him is he wasn't only big; he was cut, he was jacked.
He's a cowboy.
And
he's a shit-kicking cowboy.
Yeah, like he was a big man. He just was a big man, and one of the toughest, probably the toughest I've ever played with for sure.
Hey, what did Reaver do to you? Because you got hurt. He hit you or something? What happened with Reaver?
Yeah, he killed me. See, that one I would have missed for sure. Like I separated my shoulder, and it was funny. Like I said to the guys after the game, I go, I didn't hear anybody on the bench yell a word. When he was coming from across the ice and I had the puck and I got rid of it and he hit me, and then separated my shoulder. But I'm like, someone's got to give me a heads up here. Like, geez, he basically put me through the boards and I had no idea, but I separated my shoulder. So I would have, if I think about it now, like the streak, if I had that goal in that, I would have had to miss because I missed, I think, 2 or 3 games of that.
Hey, what's the story back in the day when you were in Edmonton? And weren't you going to get traded? Like for Danny Heatley or something like that, the deal was done to Ottawa or whatever. Like, were you told like, hey, pack your bags, you're getting traded, and then he turned it? I guess he had a no trade or whatever, so then he rejected the trade, so the trade was off the table. But like, did you think you were going to Ottawa?
Yeah, we got traded, and it was actually we were watching Sportsnet. It was I don't know if it was a trade, whatever the day was, and July 1st, and it popped up on the TV. It just popped up, and I was like, oh. Well, it popped up. It said Henner and Smeed to Ottawa for Heatley, and then they said it was, and then they wrote and a young player, but they never wrote who. And then so I'm looking at him going, oh man, it was either me or Gagne, right? We were the youngest guys on the team, so I'm like, well, it's one of us, right? So and then it ended up popping up my name, and then basically how it worked was it just was in limbo. Like we actually didn't hear much. Like it was almost like we were just waiting to see if he was going to say yes or no, and we were basically in limbo and waiting.
Did you like Mac T, Craig McTavish?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really liked him. He's for first coach, I thought he was perfect. I really do. He was a guy that obviously got along with the older guys because he played with, he was there for a while in Edmonton and knew a lot of like Hork and Stevie Stais and Ethan and, Morrow, but he was really good with the young guys too. He really connected with us. And I think he knew at that, that year and those years he needed to bring in some young guys, and he worked with us. And I actually saw him in Edmonton, during the playoffs. I talked to him in the lobby, and he's a great guy.
Yeah, well, he's in St. Louis now. He's he's an assistant coach here, so he's coming on with us next week, I think.
Hey, did you ever watch Mac T and be like, back in the day, and be like, God, why don't you have a helmet on?
Yeah, still do. Yeah,
isn't that crazy though?
Yeah. Obviously he's nuts, right? In that way, but no, he's a great guy.
Well, because everybody else had a helmet on. It wasn't like he was
how many
playing
times you fall into the boards and hit your head? Like it happens all the time.
Hey, when you're in Dallas, and you guys take St. Louis to 7 games. Like what do you remember about that series and that game 7 in general with Patty Maroon, who knows you, by the way? He told me today what a great guy you are, asking him about you. But he scores the game winner. Like how did you feel after that game? Like what was the reaction of just the guys in general? Like going back to the dressing room, knowing that series got away from you.
That was a tough loss. To be honest, it was a tough loss because in Game 7 we got killed. They just killed us in Game 7, and Bishop probably had the best game I've ever seen a goalie play. Really, I think he was actually like incredible. Like even during the periods, I was like, "Oh, this guy's like, this is the best game I've ever seen a goalie play." But that was a tough one because they were like, you remember when Jamie Benn came into the locker room? Like guys, when you actually watch that again, you actually don't even know how it didn't go in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And even me, I had a chance in the I think it was I did. It was the second overtime or whatever where I pulled it to my backhand and it just rolled a little bit and you know what, went off my toe and I missed the net. But you think about those moments, like I think about after that, you're thinking about that moment and you're going, you're basically just putting it in the net and you win in Game 7 and you're the hero. Like the opposite. Yeah, 100%. Those goals are, like you go from losing that game to potentially, winning and being the hero, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, like that was a chance I had. But you look at, we had a couple other ones in overtime. Like we kind of in that game, we kind of came on a bit. I thought it was as it went, like at least because to be honest, I think St. Louis was so tired from killing us all game. Like I think they dominated us all game. And they were just, once overtime came, they were like, we had more gas because basically we were in our zone the whole night. So, and then they win, right? When they win, you're kind of like, that was the team that won and we could have beat them and who knows what would have happened with us. But they were a tough team, man. That year was a tough team to play against. Like they were just big and heavy and skilled, and they earned that Stanley Cup for sure.
And I'm glad you said that about Bish, man, because that was one of the greatest goaltending performances we've ever seen. I'll never forget his family. His family was in the box next to the box that I was in, and they just didn't even move. They couldn't move after the game ended. It was crazy. But what about Monty though? Like as the head coach, and I know you were there when all that stuff went down, and he ended up getting let go, man. Like. We've talked to Bish about this too. Like, I mean, what was that like? Like, just from a player's perspective, dealing with that. Like, did you like him beforehand? Like, did you think maybe something could go down and he could end up, being let go? And when he did, like, what was the reaction with the team?
Yeah, no, nothing that I knew. Like, I think that was a shock for everybody that morning. Like when we found out. In terms of coaching, very good coach. Monty's a really, really good coach. I think he's very smart with that was. When I got there, I'm like, man, like this, our system and how we played and, his mind for the game, like you could tell was very good in terms of coaching and getting teams to play at their best. I thought we were really good that year. Like, like I said, if we beat St. Louis that game, we played San Jose in the conference finals, beat up a little bit, the chances of us being in the finals would, I think pretty good, especially being a team like St. Louis. So, no, but I think when that happened, it was, you don't see that a lot, right? So, that morning it was a little bit of a shock to us, and I just think it was a tough situation for everyone. I don't think you ever want to see that, and ever, I think Monty treated all of us well, and he was well liked in our room, and I'm happy that basically, he did what he needed to do, and now he's getting an opportunity in Boston, and he deserves it. I think he's a very good coach. I think he's going to have success. Yeah,
the guys absolutely loved him here, by the way. Cat. And he had such an impact on the team here, man. He'll do great in Boston.
Hey, let me ask you something. Yep. So you're down in Dallas, and you see, like, Jamie Benn, and he's, Like, is he like? Explain him. Like everybody he talks to, some of the old school cats up here, they love him.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Yeah.
I know he had a rough year. We had Tom Gallardi on.
Gallardi, the
sorry,
owner.
I fucked his name up. We had the owner on the other day. But like, explain Jamie Benn to me, man. Like, is he having like him walking around Dallas? Like, do people bug you there? Is it like the right kind of recipe for like you're still the big dog, but no one bugs you?
Yeah.
How cool is he, by the way?
Great place to play. Great place to play in terms of, you get a little bit of everything, I feel, and it's just a good organization, and Jim Nill's awesome, and you get recognized, but it's not crazy, and I think it's very, the fans love it. And in terms of Chubbs, like, I will say he's got to be up there with one of the best guys I've ever played with. So,
Chubbs, Jamie Benn?
Is that?
Yeah, Jamie Benn. Yeah.
We're talking to a lot of people here. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You talk about a captain, and I really, that's the definition of a captain is Ben. He's a very genuine. He's all about the team. Simple as that. And I respect him. I respect him so much as not only as a player, but as a guy and as a captain, because he's one of those guys if things aren't going well for him, you'll never see it. As long as the team wins, you'll never see it. And you know what? I feel like that's a tough job. That's a tough, when you're really a star player and you've had great success and you're a high offensive guy, and if you're able to maybe not have success all the time, but still, be the ultimate team guy and leader, I think that speaks volumes of who you are as a guy, and that's him. And he's one of the most talented players I've ever played with by far. He's got it all. He fights, he sticks up for guys, he can score. He had that great season where he won all those awards, but and he's a very, very good person. When we had that huge snowstorm in Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
He took my whole family into his house. I had a daughter, my wife, me and my wife, my daughter. He took another family in with another daughter. We're like Chubbs. He was living by himself in this house, and we had two families in there. And you know what? And he loved it, and that speaks the type of guy he is. I think I can't say anything more good about him. I have a tremendous respect for him because, and I'm actually really glad I got to play with him throughout my career.
Yeah, was he single at that time? Because I'm gonna say
no.
he's probably doing it. Okay.
No, but he's.
Oh, okay. I'm just.
He's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's got it going on. He's got a lot of good things going on for him. I will say that.
Yeah, you guys had the tornado too. I remember,
we had.
Bish was telling. I think Jamie Benn lived right down the street from Bish.
Yeah.
We had the snowstorm and tornado.
But hey, when I think of Jamie Benn, you know what I think of? When he sat on Petro's face.
Oh God, Andy.
Do you remember that?
That was a big time deal.
You were on the team then, weren't you? Andrew? No?
I don't think so.
Oh, he literally sat on Petro's face. Did he not do that?
Oh, he certainly did. It was a big time. I mean, it's like, well, just don't have him sit on your face.
I know. Hey, listen. I saw you with the cup, man, and it was like a great picture. I hope you have it hung up in your house already. Like you're just like sitting there, like just staring at it. Like, is that what you do when you win the cup? Do you just like stare at it? You're just like, oh my God, I can't believe like my name's on the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't know. It's a tough. Like I feel like you spend a lifetime thinking about it, and when you're actually with it, and when you have it, you're kind of like, there it is, So that morning it came over at 8:00, and honestly, we probably had 45 minutes with it of just us, like our family, and then obviously people are coming from all angles. So I just literally took a couple minutes there to have a coffee and just did it and just look at it, and someone got a good picture of me of doing that. But some of those are the best moments, right? When you're actually can enjoy it and sit there with it. So
hey, I saw that. That's when I was like, we got to get his ass on. Like, I mean, he's just he's been through a lot, man, to get to that point.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Like we interview.
You don't have to say that every question.
No, I don't care because I'm like regrouping in my mind. Because we interview everybody, man. We really do. We get everybody on, and like the way you answer questions, like what do you want to do after hockey, dude? You should be a coach, man. Like, what are you doing?
No, I don't know.
You think about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I got to think about it. So, coaching, I don't know. Coaching's tough. I feel like that's a tough job, and
I've been grinding for a while now, and you know, I think I think management for me would be something I'd be interested in. I definitely think that's a role that you know could make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You got it, dude.
Too.
You got it, dude.
Why'd you go the college route? Like there's talk about you potentially being the first overall OHL pick, and I know you dropped a little bit, like maybe to the third round or something like that, because of the threat of you going to college, which you did, but. Why college and your experience at the University of Michigan? Like, how do you reflect on that and playing for Red?
Yeah, no, I decided on the college thing early. I kind of went down there when we were about 15 years old to watch games, 14, 15, and I was like, you know what? I just said in my mind this is what I was going to do, and I had the opportunity to go to Saginaw first overall. I know Kessel didn't want to go. I don't think Bobby Ryan maybe wanted to go there, and I think it was a new team. Like that was their expansion team, and it was just new, right? So in my head, I was like, you know what? I didn't really want to do that, and I had the opportunity to kind of get drafted in the first round, I think, by a couple teams, and kind of say I was going to college, and then ended up going to the OHL. But for me, it was you know, I gave my word, and I went down there at 15, and I toured a couple schools, and I toured Michigan, and you know, Red offered me the scholarship, and that was it. Like, it just was, to me, it was like I went down there, I saw how the situation was, and just the idea of going to school and, you know, playing and being a student athlete was something that I really enjoyed, and I made the right call. I loved my time there.
You still have like a connection? Like, do you still keep in touch with the program? Like, and they offered you at 15? Like, that's when you made your recruiting visit?
Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Like, I think that's for guys like going and guys that are going to be high picks. I think that's pretty normal. I'm actually I roomed with the coach now. He was my roommate, Norado.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were roommates in Michigan there. We played with each other, and he took over this year. So I still have a connection with him. I haven't been back in a while. I was only there for 2 years, so you know, it wasn't like a 4-year thing. But no, I loved it there.
You're not going back. You're not going to the football games at the big house. Like, was Tom Brady there when you were there?
Yeah. Did you party with him?
No.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna give a prediction.
Yeah.
You're gonna make more money
after his
hockey.
career than he did during his career.
I'm telling you,
I can hear it right
dude,
now.
I'm telling you right now, homeboy. Like, we
you're
interview everybody.
You want to come work with us?
My point is with the coaching, like, you could be able to talk to these kids and really, like, they'll be able to understand it. But if you want to go to the management side, I guess you could run the company that way too. But
still do that.
You could do whatever the hell you want.
Guys, I'm trying to survive tomorrow at the family sports in Colorado. You know,
I know. You got work to do. You got another cup to win and all that. I'm just letting you know, man. That's all.
Hey, but we got to ask, though, because, you know, we just had Jared Bednar on, too, man. I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
And happy to see his success. We've known Ray Bennett forever.
Oh, love Ray. He was a great coach.
Eric Johnson, since he was an 18-year-old kid. Like,
EJ.
It's a fun team. I know a lot of people in St. Louis won't like to hear that, whatever. But, like, a fun team to watch, and you just kind of knew it was going to be your guys' year. I mean, even during the regular season, it just kind of felt like it was Colorado's year. But the night you guys won the cup, just the celebration, the exhaustion, all of that.
Yeah.
Like walk us through that next 24 hours.
It was like, you know what, I will say, like, you lose game 5, you know, at home. You know, guys, that was just tough. That was a tough night. That was really, you know, we're at home. It's Friday night in Denver. You lose the game. You know, the whole city's ready to explode.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you lose a game. The cup is in the building, and that was hard. I will say that was by far the tough. You know, all the other games I've played in, that was by far the toughest loss I've ever experienced, because you have it right. And we had to regroup, and we had to go into Tampa for Game 6. And you know what? When we won, it was a feeling that it was just a really proud feeling. I felt like our whole team felt that, you know, we lost an incredibly tough game, and we went into one of the toughest buildings to play in against the you know, 2-time Stanley Cup champs. And we played the game of our lives, really, to win the cup. You know, when you think about it, it was a picture perfect situation for all of us in terms of our careers and as hockey players. And the best part was after the game in the room. You know, I look at all the experiences with family and friends, and obviously it's been great. But to sit in that room and, you know, guys be beat up and guys with broken bones, like Val Nichushkin had a broken foot that he couldn't even get in the skate. I had a couple broken bones, Nas, you know, guys just Warriors all playoffs and sit there with the cup and celebrate and drink out of it. And, that's the one memory that I will never forget. And it's by far the best one, because really it was just us as teammates and, 25 guys in there and with the ultimate goal and winning. So it was the build up from after game 5 to winning was, the most special thing I think you'll ever see in terms of hockey.
Yeah. How bad was your finger?
Yeah, I know it was bad. It was bad. Like, I think I broke it in that Edmonton. I remember coming off and I took my glove off and it was kind of shifted backwards. And I was like, man, this is like, I just didn't think it was possible to kind of come back from it. So a lot of emotions hit me. I will say a lot of emotions kind of hit me at that moment, because you don't know what's going to happen next year, blah, blah, blah. You're in the moment and, you have a chance to hopefully be a Stanley Cup, you go to the Stanley Cup finals and, to think you're going to break your finger and all that. But I ended up getting surgery. I got a couple pins put in, a couple screws put in, and then that was it. I took a couple days and then really we started massaging it. We just had to get all the swelling down, because my whole hand was swollen. The finger was swollen. And I tried to play the game 1, but basically I just couldn't grip the stick. My middle finger was just, you couldn't grab a hold of the stick. And then we just keep working the swelling. Like, the trainers did a great job. And then I froze it basically for all the games. I froze it, at the bottom and at the top, and then taped it to my index finger. And as it went, and honestly, it felt better and better as the series went on.
Okay, so I broke my finger once too.
Oh, come on!
And it was a game 7 also.
No, he
actually
did, and he was a warrior about it. Look, Andy's not very tough, but I will give him credit for this.
So
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, so I took a puck to the finger.
Yeah,
and
he's got things to do.
I know. So and I couldn't imagine like going to play an NHL game in the Stanley Cup final with it. I mean, I was in so much pain. The nail popped off. It was awful. So, like, what do you mean by froze it? Like, what does that mean? You got a shot in your broken finger?
Yeah, you just basically numb it. You numb the whole finger. You numb it. And I actually think that was the worst part of it, because it actually felt like rubber, right? Like, you're just kind of like, what the heck is going on?
Take the pain.
But yeah, exactly. So, but it worked. I give credit to Nas. Nas was in a much worse situation than I was. His thumb, he was broken it was broken in 2 spots. Mine was my index finger, so I could tape it. And like I said, I think anybody would have done the exact same situation as me and completely fine and would have played with it. And it makes the story better for me. Really, it does. I got a nice picture of lifting the cup and, having my fingers taped together with some, blood on it. And it's exactly.
Andy cried for like 3 days.
No, listen, I remember hey, listen, I'm going to send you a picture of how bad it was.
Okay. He doesn't want it.
No, he wants it. It was awful. Hey, I got to ask you before we let you go.
Last one.
I want to know about your family. Like, how'd you grow up? Like, I mean, you just seem like such a well-rounded, very well-spoken, very smart. Like, what's your parents do when you were growing up?
My parents were from Toronto. My dad was he basically ran a bunch of parks and city recreation things in Toronto. My mom's she's still a fitness instructor and does basically like cycle classes, and she's a preschool teacher. I have an older brother who's a teacher. So yeah, no, I grew up and no one played hockey other than my brother who played kind of minor hockey and all those, AA, single A, triple A. We were the only guys that played hockey in our family. And obviously I was fortunate. I, was good as a young age and came up and able to make it. And now I have my wife, Allie, and I have 2 young daughters, 3 and 1.5. And that's it. We're just trying to, build our family.
You sound like a teacher's son.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
no, he does.
I thought he was going to say.
That's why I want him to be a coach.
His dad is a principal and his mom's a teacher. I thought he was
you
going to say
got a lot of things going on, dude. And you've been great.
Lee Stempniak or something like that.
Lee Stempniak wanted to buy the cheapest haircut ever when I roomed with him. He was making $4.5 million at a time.
I know. And you're a 2-time gold medalist in the World Juniors, man. We got to point that out too.
Damn right.
You still keep in touch with any of those guys from those teams?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. I play with Helm. He was on our team. I've been friends with a lot of those guys over the years, and those are other good memories.
Yeah.
Vancouver, we got to play, which was crazy for World Juniors. So, that was awesome.
Hey, Andrew, you get 1 pick. You get 1. And you gotta pick McKinnon or McCarr. Who you going with?
You have to do. Don't be wimpy on this. Who you taking?
You gotta do.
You gotta do. Yeah, I got to go Nate. I forgot to go Nate.
He did do it. Good for you.
He's the horse. Kale's still younger. Kale's still got to keep. He's still got to push. But put it this way, I'm lucky to have both of them. When you have those guys on your team, it makes things a lot easier.
Okay, that's a great answer, man. And
what about Andy or Landeskog? I'm just joking. All right.
Hey, listen, with what I overcame with my finger, man, you don't want to leave me out.
Hey, dude, you're the man. You're going to do what I'm telling you, man. Of all the people we interviewed, you got it going on, and you just won the cup. You can probably win another cup, man. Good luck to you. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks very much. Hey, awesome.
Man. All the best, man. Take care.
Right on.
The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the winter. I might just go on a course today, Cam.
Yeah, I bet.
Just golf a little bit. That was Andrew Cogliano, by the way. And, listen, what Cam and I told you before, it's confirmed. It's a very windy day here.
Jesus Christ.
Very windy day here in the Midwest. This guy is just a pure player. He is the type of guy that you want in your organization. If you could find every one of your players to bring this level of character, man, you'd sign all of them.
Yeah, he's a cool cat. And, we interview a lot of dudes, and I like his answers. He's well thought out. He was a precise, I like the dude. Mm-hmm. I do. And I'm like, hey, you want to coach? He's like, no, I'm going to be a fucking GM.
He wants to be the president.
President
of hockey.
Yeah, president's the best. Shit, run the show. Yeah, he's that kind of dude, man. No doubt about it. I like him a lot. Mm-hmm. How the fuck did you play 600 games without getting hurt? I just don't know. And again.
Yeah, but he's not a softie, though.
But I'm not like, he's not like, well, I worked out really hard. No, you got lucky.
He admits that.
You got lucky. You could work out as hard as you want and do everything perfectly. You got fucking lucky. And that's it.
How about George suspending him to end his
gutless, dude?
Really?
And
that's his former roommate too.
I like Big Georgie. Wonder what? I'd like to be the fly on the wall and be like, why would you make that decision? Mm-hmm. This kid has dude. He's never elbowed anybody. He doesn't do any of that shit. Like he doesn't do any of that.
And you're gonna end his.
I don't get that, dude. That pissed me off.
And I give Cogliano credit, man, for not taking his call too.
He was pissed.
And not returning his text messages until he accidentally did after he got the, hey, congratulations on winning the cup.
Yeah, I know. But at least Georgie texted him that.
He did.
I get that. Georgie might have fucked up. Who knows? He might have been like a puppet master and said, no, we got to get this guy. But why get that guy? Get somebody else. Why are you getting him? Give him a fucking slap on the wrist. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, exactly.
I know.
They fine him. There's not a lot of money, but they fine him.
Fine him. Go ahead. Well, you're going to suspend him for that really did it. You really got him.
But here's the thing, though, because listen to how Cogliano presents his case. It's like nobody on the other team reacted to it.
I know. That's a big deal.
Nobody chirped him. Nobody said a word to him. Like, it was like a non-issue. You just finish the game. You go through the game.
I saw that play. I just seen.
What did you think of it?
Let me see it one more time real quick. I forgot. I'm not going to lie to you. I forgot. I remember it being like, not that big of a fucking deal. And seeing other guys get run over left and right. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, man. I'd be mad.
Yeah, I'd be mad, too. You end my streak.
You wouldn't have a streak, Andy.
Dude, I never missed a game.
You didn't play anything.
Because of injury.
You didn't play anything.
Ever.
Let's see. All right, let's see this real quick. That's it? Oh, my God. God. Oh, my God. All right, we're watching it right now. Sorry, guys. I just that is so fucking bullshit. Get out of here. Get out of here with that, Andy.
I
did that to you. That my hit on you was way worse.
Way worse. Well,
100%.
You would have gotten a good 4 or 5 games.
People want to know where that's at.
I just want to have the sound. I want that sound.
We got to post that.
That should be like your ringtone. Just so you know.
Well, bam!
Reminder, you know?
Because if you watch it, because I showed people ask me all the time now because they think it's funny, which is not because I don't want Andy getting hurt. But when you watch it, they're like, what the fuck? I go, turn the volume up. Mm-hmm. And then when they hear it, they go, well, bam! Because you have no strength on your upper body at all. You have no shoulder pad. It barely touched you. You don't know how to brace yourself.
I know what you were trying to do.
That's why I worry about you.
I should have reversed you.
Yeah, with your.
If I had to do it over again, I would have reversed you.
With what? Your shoulder?
And put you down.
Your little shoulder? You would have hurt yourself even worse.
It's not the size of the dog.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's the strength of the dog.
Who was it?
I'm not even going to consider you a dog. You're a kitty cat or something.
Who was the guest we had on? Was it Verbeek? One of those guys said, it's not always about the size, but
Yeah, well, that's
I don't see too many.
You.
I don't see too many guys going to the corner who are like 230 losing one-on-one battles. So.
Yeah, no shit. I know. Well, I put some cats down. Don't get me wrong.
You were 240.
Not when I played.
What were you?
210.
220.
No, 210. 220.
What are you now?
243.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a 3 in there.
243.
Did you just weigh yourself?
Yeah.
Last night? Is your scale working? Because sometimes they don't work very well,
No, mine works. 240 fucking 3.
Okay.
I know. I can't fit in anything, man.
Hey, I'm thinking about just heading to a golf course today and just jumping on.
Yeah, do it, Andy. People will let you because you're Andy.
Did you see that kid walk onto the football field?
Yeah,
though?
fucking idiot. Yeah, I saw that mug.
What do you think he was on, dude?
Nothing.
Oh, no, he was on something.
What, beer?
Look at his reaction.
No, because some of these nerd college dudes, like, they're like, I'm on the field. I've always wanted to do this, and they get tackled or whatever. But the weird thing is, like, fighting at baseball games in the stands. It's like, why the fuck do you care?
Football games? Baseball games?
Football.
They're fighting. Have you ever gotten angry at a game?
Fuck no. Well, playing in one. I don't get angry. Well, my wife pissed me off one time at a Blues game.
Did she?
That was a long ride.
What'd she do?
Well, we just got into
this happens to Cam when they're out at these types of the All-Star game, whatever it is.
What was the All-Star game? What were we doing?
You guys, something happened with you guys that night too.
Well, because like every time we do events, like I'm
she just gets pissed at you.
Not all the time, but like I'm gone. Like I'll do like I got dragged in different directions. Somebody will want to do something, and I'll go do it. Like I'll leave her for a second. I'm like, fuck, where's Kate? Like,
did she go to Boston with you?
Yeah,
she did. You don't leave anywhere without her.
Well, no. Why would I want to go? I want to take Kate up there. We experienced it. It was awesome together. Kate's my best friend.
Yeah. No, that's
do
good.
Everything together.
No, you should.
I know.
No, that's very admirable.
No, we are. She's my best friend. Although I got a lot of friends.
Is she your closest friend?
Yeah, she just, I trust her with everything. Like, when she tells me something I wasn't, she's like, Cam, I don't know about that on the radio. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I just,
and she knows better.
She does.
She knows best.
She knows me more than anybody. And so I got to respect that. And Kate and I think a lot of people look at our, like, we have a good relationship. We really do. I mean, we do. We've been through a lot together, man.
Well, you guys have no real stress, no reason to be stressed.
Yeah, of course, everybody has stress, Andy.
Well,
that's a stupid thing to say.
You have like nothing but
I'm
time.
I'm an alcoholic.
On your
I'm
hands.
an addict. I got fucking. What, are you kidding me? Every 2 seconds, something can go down with me. So no, there's always stress levels on things. So it's not just rainbows and sunshine. But we work it out and we deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Set.
Are you always an addict, or like only when you're addicted? Like if you're not addicted, are you still an addict?
I'll be an addict my whole life, Andy.
Okay, so it's kind of like you
can't get
like
over
once you're like an
you
you're
can
always
try to control it, but you can't get over it. So, any other good questions?
Well, gamblers are like that. We were talking about that. Some kids have addictions that they don't even know they're addicted to, like video games.
You'll know when you're addicted to a video game, brother, because you're on the video game every day.
Yeah, that's an addiction.
Yeah, well, you should know that you're down in your basement every day.
They just don't think it is because it may not be doing harm to their body internally, but it's an addiction.
Yeah,
it's
I'd
not
rather
productive.
have that addiction than anything else, to be honest with you.
You want to sell me your Xbox, by the way?
I don't have an Xbox.
You have an Xbox 5.
Oh, fuck. Brody, what do I do with this dude?
What's
you
it
see
called?
What I mean? Like, I got to talk about fucking climate change, women's fucking
What's
bullshit.
it called?
Now he sets me up like, hey, fuck me.
What do you have?
PS5.
PS5.
Dick.
You want to sell that to me? Because I'm looking one for time. Why?
Because that's mine.
Well, you don't even use it.
Yes, I do.
Oh, God.
I got my own.
You got to
shit set up.
stop doing that.
So you're telling me I'm not losing it, but then I tell you I do use it, and you tell me I have to stop doing it.
Yeah.
Why would I stop doing that?
You don't need it.
Okay. Why don't you just buy one, you cheap fuck?
You can't find them.
Well, then go fuck yourself.
You can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, you can. Go on, fucking.
Anybody who let me know how I can find an Xbox for.
Don't get an Xbox. Get a
PlayStation.
PS5. God damn.
PlayStation.
PS5.
I need to get one for my kids. Yeah. In time for the holidays. You know what makes me sad, Cam? By the way.
God, what?
Is when I see signs up for people's dogs who are missing.
fuck.
So I keep seeing this.
Give me a towel, please, bro.
Maybe we do need video for
God
this.
damn it. What are you depressing things?
Tito is missing. There's a dog named Tito. I see the signs
no.
everywhere. I've
Well,
been looking for it.
Go look for it, guys.
No, my kids have been looking for it too.
Yeah, hell, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Go have your kids look for it, but just don't go any like shady neighborhoods.
No. We look around. There's another dog named Chase who's missing.
Well, fuck, they're gonna get hit by a car if they're out by you. You got highways all by your fucking house. So that sucks, dude. Yeah, I don't. That's a god awful thing, baby. My little babies, man. You know, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
Oh my God!
You see how?
So look for Tito, dude.
See how
And
many,
look for Chase.
Yeah, okay. You see how many deer are out by my course, man? You see that? They're just like sitting by the
Cam,
fucking tee
there are
box.
deer in my backyard, and there's deer everywhere. There is a deer population issue that's going on around here.
Yeah, there is.
They don't act like you're the only
They don't
one
give a
with
shit
deer.
anymore, man. Like I had like these little.
Now you get some horned sheep or something like that, we can talk.
We got buffalo up on us.
Those are bison.
What? Yeah, they
Yeah,
are. Bison.
I got some of them actually too.
Sure you do. But like the deer out there are just not scared of anything. They just I'll hit a tee shot off, and I can literally touch them. You know, they just sit there like, hi. I'm like, yeah, what's up? They're cute.
Yeah.
You look at my little puppy.
I've been watching a lot of wild animal stuff, man. Jungle, prey.
Good. You need to watch something that educates you on shit.
Well, I've always been like, you know, I do educate myself.
Oh, yeah, I could tell.
On a number of different topics. As I was sharing with you I was reading stuff today or watching videos about how people who like sleep apnea, which is like becoming very serious, and you know if you have it, if like the sides of your tongue are like chewed on when you wake up.
Yeah.
Like you're grinding, like if you're grinding your tongue and stuff, dude.
Like your teeth, you mean?
And your tongue. Like, especially for people who are like obese or overweight, they've got those fat tongues, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Christ. Who's he fucking kidding? Don't delete that.
they got fat
They
tongues.
got fat tongues?
So it's a little more chewy, you know, it's
Jesus
bigger.
Christ.
So that it gets in the way of their teeth. It like overlaps over their teeth.
Yeah, okay.
You
What
know
about it?
You know, your tongue can grow. Like, if you gain a lot of weight, your tongue gets bigger.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Andy, I don't know.
Fat tongue is like a real issue for a number of people, actually. That's why maybe if they have like a lisp or something like that.
Cool topic.
Like, it could be from a fat tongue.
What else did you learn over the weekend, Andy? Anything cool, at least? Lord.
We had a lot of hockey over the weekend.
Yeah.
When are you going to come watch Ty play?
Is he playing in my backyard anytime soon?
Dude. You said you'd come to Chloe's soccer game and you'd come
Where's that? Where's it at?
I'll get you the
Tell
schedule.
me, I'll go.
Okay.
If I'm out that way.
It's at like 6:45 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I'll be out there.
You said you're awake early.
Yeah. Well, I'm on radio, but maybe I'll skip my show.
No, it's not during the week. It's during the weekend.
weekend.
too.
Yeah, I'll get up at 5
Actually,
o'clock.
we're in Pacific on Wednesday night. That's not too far from you.
Not bad. I'll do that.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. What time?
shitty-ass
This
rink,
week,
though.
I got fantasy camp, baby.
Oh, you're playing fantasy football?
No, fantasy blues fantasy camp.
Oh, yeah. I'm coming to that.
Are you invited?
You guys are picking me up Friday night in the bus.
Yeah. We're going to have a good old time, baby.
I may
love
go to
it.
listen. You know what I may? Someone just offered me just now, actually. And I'm pissed off because I'm a huge Notre Dame football fan. And they just lost to Marshall.
They lost to Marshall?
Yeah, at home. It was
Oh, Lord.
terrible. But I just got offered 2 tickets to go to the game on Saturday.
Notre Dame game?
Yeah,
Go to it.
I might
Take
go.
the kids. That'd be kind of
You
cool.
want to go?
Fuck no.
No,
I heard
you-
there's no women there either. Not that I'm like,
no,
I'm a happily
I
married
mean
man.
that's not true. There's a lot of women there.
I heard Notre Dame's got a bunch of swinging dicks cruising everywhere.
No, that's not.
Is that not true?
We-
So when you go to Notre Dame compared to a lot of these other big ass schools,
There's a lot of.
There's
women.
a lot
It's
of
just
women?
Not like.
I heard there's a lot of dudes cruising.
No, that's not true. It's
all
just
good.
not like it's the most like.
Women folk?
No, there's a lot of women, but they may not be like. It's not like the
They're good
scenery
looking?
is not the same as like
They're
USC
not
or,
good
so-
looking,
or
you mean?
Arizona State
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare to me.
Well, they're-
Although if you go to Notre Dame and you're
Hey,
an
but they're
athlete,
very smart.
fuck yeah.
I mean, you got to have some good. What was your ACT scores?
I
dude?
didn't do it, Andy. I have a 9th grade education. I told you that.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You didn't go to school in 10th grade?
So I was great all the way up to 9th grade, and I started playing major junior hockey, and I go, fuck the world. I'm going to play a professional hockey player. So I said, fuck the world.
And you never went to school?
Never.
Like you just stopped going?
Well, I'd go for a couple classes.
Yeah,
and
well
leave,
that
and
counts, dude. Don't
No, I
say
didn't.
grade 9. You went.
I stopped.
Did you show up to school in grade 10?
Barely.
Well, that's 10.
No, I didn't get my grade 10, you dummy. I flunked every single fucking class because I didn't go, and I'd leave early to go to hockey practice because I was playing for the Sting, and I hit our car parking guy with my Mustang, and I got suspended for 10 games.
You were still in St. Louis in grade 10?
Yeah.
And you didn't go to grade 10?
No. So I would leave school early. I hit the car parking guy, got 10 games for that, and then somebody picked on my cousin Derek. I told him I was going to kill. I was friends with everybody, but there's a couple little things that happened. I was just like, fuck the world at this point. I knew where I was. I was confident. I got suspended for another 10 games.
Did you ever get picked on, like in high school?
Not really.
You probably did.
I got beat up one time by the big football player when I was 9th grade because I was chirping, and they kind of jumped me in the bathroom. But we became friends. Yeah.
What happened? How many guys jumped you?
3. And I was in 9th grade.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah. I was in the bathroom. The big boys showed up, and I go, oh, fuck. And they're like, well, there's a puss. I go, what the fuck are you going to do? And then they kind of piss pumped me, and my shirt was all ripped. And it was.
Were they younger than you?
No, they were in seniors, and I was a freshman. And then the one guy, the quarterback, his mom worked for the school. And I remember going back to class as a freshman, and my jersey's ripped. I got cut over my
jersey. What are you wearing? Your jersey?
My shirt's ripped. Uh-huh. And then I walk in, and my teacher goes, oh, Miss Lingle. I'll give you a little shout out, girl. What's up? Good looking. And she goes,
you can't say that about your teacher.
She was pretty.
You shouldn't say that.
Liked her.
I mean, she's your teacher, dude.
Well, whatever. Miss Lingle, hey, girl. But I walked in. She goes, oh, my God, what happened? I go, nothing. She goes, no. What happened? I go, no, I'll tell you. Those 3 motherfuckers just beat me up in the bathroom. Star quarterback, star running back, and a defensive lineman beat me up in the bathroom.
And they're like, don't say a word about this.
They suspended all of them.
They did?
And they suspended all of them.
You told on them.
At first, I go, no, I'm not. I go, nothing. She goes, tell me. I go, okay. That motherfucker, they suspended for like 4 or 5 days.
Really?
And they lost. They missed a game, and they lost.
No. Yes. The whole school hated you.
Oh, well, no.
That explains why you
and then I quit football, and the football coaches hated me after that because I was playing hockey.
And you got the team suspended.
The guys jumped me in the bathroom and cut me open and ripped my shirt.
Like
I walked into class with no shirt on. It looked kind of sexy. I was jacked.
Nobody thought that was sexy. Nobody thought that.
Maybe not, but I thought I was. But then, yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, they did it. And so they got suspended. Whatever. It's all good. I'm friends with all of them.
I know you're not. Cool. Right now?
Yeah. They were my neighbors in my old house. Yeah. The Moores. I'll give you a shout out. Little Tony Moore, Brad Moore. What's up? Military guys, too.
They beat you up?
Oh, kicked the fuck out of me.
Tony Moore and Brad
Tony Moore was he was an Army Ranger after that. He'd be the 171 in wrestling when I was 9th grade when I was wrestling.
Did you see that
he was
UFC fighter that weighed in at 178?
Yeah.
He looked like he weighs about 140. They said 178.
No, hazmat or whatever.
So the weight there, I think, for him to make weight was 170.
172.
So did he end up making it or no?
No, he didn't.
So now what happens?
So he fought somebody else, and Nate Diaz fought another guy, and beat him.
Oh, he was supposed to fight Nate Diaz?
Yeah, he would have.
Oh, he was in the headliner.
He would have killed Nate Diaz in 2 seconds.
Wait, he was the headliner?
Yep.
So what does that mean? He didn't train?
No, it just means he said "fuck you" to UFC.
Oh, is that why he gave the middle finger?
He's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna be a fucking heel."
Oh, so he had to fight in the 178 bracket.
No, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Did he win his fight?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
He did, against the 178.
Against a tougher guy than fucking Nate Diaz, just so you know.
But Nate Diaz is like the big dog, right? So did Nate Diaz win?
Yeah, Nate Diaz won.
Would Diaz beat Le'Veon Bell?
Fuck.
In a boxing match?
Yeah.
Le'Veon, dude, he just brought the heat. You know, he's done that once or twice.
Okay.
He'd beat your ass in the bathroom too, man.
No, he wouldn't. I'd fight Le'Veon Bell.
No, you would not.
I swear to God, I would.
Well, that's not a smart move after what I saw.
Okay.
I mean, Cam.
Le'Veon Bell. Okay. If we're gonna do it,
dude, he's knocking out Adrian Peterson.
Knock his ass out too. I'm not gonna fight Jake Paul. He'll pick me apart. Le'Veon Bell, I'll go you.
Well, Jake's more of a fighter.
Okay.
He's like a boxer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you don't want to like.
No, I don't want to fight a boxer that's going to pick me apart.
But I'm going to tell you this.
Le'Veon Bell, I'll go.
Le'Veon trained, dude. He knows how to box now.
Okay. We both would.
Well, let's get back into it.
He ain't going to fight me. He's not going to make any money. I'm not big enough.
Like size-wise? Or?
No, I'm not. My name's not big enough.
Oh. Well, let's do something crazy or something like
Why
that.
would you want me to fight somebody, Andy? God damn.
Let's do something crazy to get your name bigger.
How about we just be funny on here?
Okay.
You know, what do I need to fight somebody for? You want me to get concussed?
My tea time's in a few minutes, dude.
Oh, fuck,
I gotta get going.
Oh, fuck, Andy.
I gotta get out of here.
Everybody wants to golf with Andy.
I got my Waggle golf photo shoot coming up later on today. Which one should I go with, you think?
The small one that fits you right.
Oh, Hair Club. Yeah, it's great to hear from you once again and always. And hairclub.com too, Cam. 800-279-7878. Go to our landing page, hairclub.com/Cam Strick, and sign up for your first consultation right then and there. On our landing page, Hair Club reminds you to restore that hair, to regrow that hair, and to replace that hair. Would you do any cosmetic surgery? Would you have like
Fuck yeah.
Botox?
I'm not gonna look like Tom Brady. Tom Brady looks like
You think he's had some?
Looks like he's got fucking. I'm not even gonna say it.
No, you got to say it.
No, he looks like he's
What, fake boobs or something?
no.
Oh.
Looks like he's been doing coke for fucking a month.
Really?
Not eating. Yeah.
He looks different.
That's terrible.
But so does Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers looked like fucking dog shit on that interview. His eyes were. He looked like Michael Jordan on Michael Jordan's interview in The Last Dance. His eyes are all black and like red, and you're like, Jesus.
Aaron Rodgers is trying to like find
He's
himself.
goofy now. I don't know.
All of a sudden, like he acts like
Take
life.
LSD
He
if
acts
you
like
wanna do
life is so like.
It's like, oh my God, like I gotta do that. Like, no, just go fucking play and relax.
That's why I like that Ben Roethlisberger dude. He just
cool, yeah.
he just does his shit.
A little rapey poo back in the day, but whatever.
Well, I mean, he got through that. But Peyton Manning,
I like
Eli,
Peyton Manning's awesome.
those
kinda
dudes,
nerdy.
they are, but they're cool. There's just no drama with it. You know what I'm saying?
Eli's whatever. Peyton's fucking badass. You know. That Lamar Jackson's holding out a little bit, eh?
I would have taken the 133 million guaranteed.
Well, he's like Deshaun Watson, who's touchy poo.
He's getting full
fucking guaranteed for that motherfucker.
Yeah, but here's the difference. And they're telling him, we're not the Cleveland Browns. We're not the desperate-ass Cleveland Browns. It's like the Ottawa Senators. We're not the Cleveland Browns. So, you know what? Just because but you know what? He's like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Because I'll go play in Cleveland.
What do you mean you're not the Cleveland Browns? You make more money than the Cleveland Browns.
Because I'll go to Cleveland if they're going to give me guaranteed
it's like, what are the
money.
Cleveland Browns are going to pay?
Right. And listen, it's Lamar Jackson, who's 25. He's made your organization so much money. He's won an MVP.
Yeah.
He's the face of your city.
He dominated the other night, too.
Well, it's a 6-year deal. Pay his ass. I get it. But, you know, one injury away, man.
Yeah, but that's in the spot they're in, man.
Football's
goofy.
My fantasy team lost a couple players to injury yesterday.
No one cares.
I'll be giving you updates on my fantasy
Please
team.
don't. No
Actually, I won't. I would
team.
never do that to our listeners because I hate when people do that.
Yeah, it's god awful. I don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. Only tell me when you're losing and you need my support to be a happy dude. I'll help you with that.
You want to go to Notre Dame with me this weekend?
Fuck no. We're hanging out with a bunch of dudes.
I'm going to pick you up. Car Shield, baby. 800-857-2481. Hey, give them a call today, man, and sign up and get yourself that protection that you deserve. It's not always about what you need, Cam. It's kind of what you deserve.
Yeah, you're right, man.
No one needs that kind of stress. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't want it. So, again, protect yourself. You never know when something's going to go down. I mean, really bad.
Chinatown.
What?
What?
Why are you saying that?
Downtown Chinatown?
I've never heard that.
Okay.
Chinatown.
China.
You ever been to a Chinatown?
Fuck no.
You haven't?
I ain't going to China.
No, you don't have to go to China. They have Chinatowns in like.
Oh God, yes.
The States.
Fucking,
do you know we have it here in St. Louis? There's a Chinatown.
Yeah, little guy.
It's a little Chinatown.
South St. Louis.
No, it's in Olivet.
South St. Louis.
Olivet. It's not South St. Louis. It's like West County.
Oh, okay, whatever.
And you drive right through Chinatown.
China.
My go-to place, by the way, for anybody listening who's in the area would be Wonton King.
I'll go to that mug,
dude.
Man, I want a Genghis grill.
I will take you to Wonton King.
Fuck that. I'll go. The one thing I will go to.
Brody lives by there. You should go to Wonton King.
I like Genghis Grill, homie.
Genghis.
Oh, they used to have these grills where you used to have all this stuff. It's like a buffet.
Oh, they cook on your table?
Yes, and you put it in a bowl, and you go down the line, you put like all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we all know what that is.
And then you give it to the guy, and he has these two sticks, and he puts it on the wok. He's like, wah, blah, wah, blah, blah, blah. And he cooks it up, he puts it back in the bowl. Yeah. You give him the sauces, and he makes it. And it's like unlimited.
Yeah, I forgot what you call those chefs that do it at your table at the Japanese places.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's for children.
No, I know, but I'd like to work at one of those places to just do some crazy shit. Like they catch the food on fire and all that.
I don't give a shit about that. Just give me good food. I don't need to see you cutting.
Car Shield, baby. Call them today. Bellman and Bellman.com. Everybody over there at Bellman, we salute you.
We salute you.
Yesterday was 9/11, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You remember where you were?
Yes, I do. In Windsor, skipping school.
You were?
In my Firebird Formula.
You were probably in grade 11?
Yeah, and I remember going
to
school.
But you didn't go to school after grade 9. See, that's what I'm talking about, Cam.
No,
I'm getting to the truth.
Okay. I went to Canada just to meet girls in school. Of course, I didn't even go. But I did once in a while just to talk to girls.
Did you take French? You take French?
No. And then I don't remember what classes I took, but I remember just skipping school, and all of a sudden I heard on K-Rock and fucking goddamn
KROC?
Detroit rock station. They're like, oh, this happened, and we pulled up to school, and we finally made our class, and the teacher's like, okay, sit down, guys. I got to pull the TV in. She pulled the TV in, on those big things, like he rolled in, and we watched the whole thing.
I remember my mom calling me hysterical.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Because she couldn't reach my sister who was in Washington, D.C., and the Pentagon had just got hit.
Well, the White House would have got hit. Here's another conspiracy theory, too. You want to know. Flight 93 was shot down. So you know.
Shot down?
Yeah.
Before it went into the Pentagon?
Yeah, so everybody's like, oh, they took over the cockpit. No, the cockpit was locked. They didn't take it over. And those guys weren't just going to fucking go nosedive into a field. They're going to go nosedive into something populated. Why would they nosedive?
How would they shoot it down? And then,
what do you mean, how would they shoot it down?
Who shot it down?
The fucking military. And F-15s scrambled to get it, and they shot it right down.
U.S. military?
The military.
Like U.S.?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. So listen.
Andy,
how come
there's no other military that could go near our country, could go near even the coast of our country flying around?
So can I ask you a question?
So that's such a dumb thing to say.
No, I know that. So let me ask you this.
I don't mean to be like that.
No, I know. I'm just
sometimes
I had to make sure you made it clear.
Drive me nuts.
So what would prevent somebody who was involved in that operation from coming forward and being like, hey,
they're all dead. People on the plane are dead.
No, who was involved in the operation?
Man, that's secret ass shit. Everything's secret. There's fucking UFOs, Kennedy stuff. Like, they hold it. That's secret military. I mean, people do talk about it.
Yeah.
There's conspiracy theories all the time
Would
about it.
that be against the law? Would that be a criminal act for somebody who was in the military working on that operation? Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a good question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't... I think, yeah.
Say that again.
That was a good question. Andy, you're a journalist. That's why I let you take over these
My
interviews.
brain will go in different ways.
That's why I let you take these, because you're so good at, especially owners and GMs, you're unbelievable at asking questions. You are 10 times better than me. But when it comes to real world shit, you're not that good. And so whenever you say that, that's a good question. I think I'd say yes. So if there's going to be a
treason,
there's going to be conspiracy theories.
Brody
that's
says
one
treason.
I kind of believe.
Yeah.
So
they and then it just so happened to hit the Pentagon, or they knew where they shot it down.
No, that's a different plane.
You said
93 went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Every time I went past Somerset, Pennsylvania, on the way to Jersey, we'd stop and we'd see the fucking.
So
wreck.
That wasn't on the same day at 9/11.
Yes,
it was. Okay, delete this.
No.
Because I'm trying to remember.
Hey, no, it's all on the same day, Andy.
Okay.
Look, flights didn't go down the day before. That's ludicrous.
But the one that hit the Pentagon,
it all happened at the same time. It all happened from 8:30 to 9:30 in an hour span. All this happened.
So a plane goes down.
Why don't you watch things once in a while?
I'm gonna watch that.
They're everywhere. You can watch documentaries on this everywhere, all day, any day. Come on, Andy. This happened in an hour span. This is 9/11.
Make sure you take out that one part because
please show.
No, I'm trying to remember. Of course I knew about a plane in Pennsylvania. Jesus, what we thinking about everybody, and obviously,
100%,
I just want to get that out there. And
hey, I told you I was in Jersey in 2002 when my first training camp with the Devils.
Yeah,
there's still smoke rising.
Get out of here! You could see it.
Yep. There was still a trickle of smoke, Andy, and look, and everybody there was so proud, and they were so American.
I'll never forget being at the ballpark and seeing Jack Buck read his speech.
Sammy Sosa, remember Sammy Sosa had the American flag. Yeah, that was cool when Sammy Sosa was cool.
That's before he turned, like, his skin color changed color.
Michael Jackson.
How do you think that happens?
I don't know.
Is it like sun or?
Andy, I don't know.
That'd be tough, man.
There's a couple of conspiracy theories, man.
Yeah, there's a number of them.
They're fucking popping in my head. There's a lot, dude.
So
I mean, the JFK thing.
So remind me, that was the first. The Pennsylvania plane was the first one to go down.
No,
it wasn't. Okay,
no.
Pentagon.
The first one was hitting the fucking
Pentagon.
No. The first one was hitting the South Tower.
Okay.
The first one hit the tower. No one even recorded it except for a bunch of firemen.
Right.
They were digging a hole, and all of a sudden they see the plane go like boom, like whoa.
And then the second
and
one?
then they're waiting 15 minutes later. They're like, well, here's a boom, another one happened. Okay, scramble. What's going on? Okay, we have rogue planes. Going on. Where are they going? What's happening? Let's go. Now the one that hit the Pentagon. Now they got one left. And it's going through Pennsylvania. It's heading to the White House. Get it down. Boom.
Really?
93 went down. That's what happened. Out of Logan Airport.
Because that one was headed to the White House.
Yeah, homie. So they're lucky that they hit the Pentagon. The one was going to the Pentagon. Yeah. The other one was going to the White House.
Because if the White House one would have gone first, man.
It would have blew the whole White House up. With a Pentagon so gigantic.
Wouldn't they be able to shoot it down before it got there?
Yeah, but you shoot it down in the middle of a suburban area, too. So you're fucking a lot of things up.
Urban area.
Suburban area.
Well, urban.
Okay, whatever. Jesus.
City.
I like how you argue with me with the stupidest things.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Dude, Andy, it's unbelievable.
I have to finish the Woodstock first, and then I'll get to that. But I have this issue where I just can't stay awake.
Let me tell you the ending of Woodstock. Everybody's okay except for a couple girls got rapey pooed.
Oh, God. I saw that part, dude. I didn't like that.
And then people were dehydrated, and that's over.
I've seen all that. There's nothing else is going to happen?
Girls getting fucking straight up.
Well, we think about anybody who was impacted by 9/11, and obviously it was just a crazy time. They were among the worst days, if not the worst day in our country's history.
It's probably the worst day in our country's history.
Yeah, I think it's the worst day,
worst day
in our lifetime.
I don't know about that.
Well, if it's the worst day in our country's history, then it's definitely the worst day in our lifetime.
No, it's not.
Well, what would be?
Something different.
Well, give me something.
Well, we'll see what happens the next 30 years before we die.
Well, if it hasn't happened yet, we can't count that.
I just said it's right now the worst tragedy in our country's history. Mm-hmm. Would it be in our lifetime?
I said it's the worst.
No, you said our lifetime.
Yeah,
our life ain't over, homie.
To date.
To date. Yeah, to date.
Because I don't think you're going to be around in 2070 when the heat is unlivable. D-Day, dude. Yeah. Pearl Harbor.
No, but it's not on our soil. It's not on our soil. And we kicked ass on D-Day, too, just so you know. Mm. You still got that fucking ridge, and you climbed up that fucking cliffside, and you took care of those fucking dug-in Nazis that are hitting you with 50 cal fucking machine
Do you
guns.
Believe they really found Osama bin Laden?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Wish we had video of that.
At Oblamistan, Pakistan, where you sit in that compound with 50
I wish that was on video.
Shitty ass. This fucking.
Don't you want to know what they said to him when they saw him?
Hey, it is on video.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Osama?
Man,
hold on.
Do some shit.
No, I remember when they had video of them going into the operation, but they're not like.
They didn't show the Osama.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Because there's women in the background. He took a woman and put it in front of him, and then Robert O'Neill shot him in the head twice. He brought one of his wives and like a pussy.
Why didn't they?
Like a pussy.
Why didn't they grab him out? I wish they would have grabbed him.
Because you got to kill the motherfucker. He's done, dude. Because he's got explosives everywhere. Come on, Andy.
Yeah, but they should have just brought him out for everyone to see.
They had his body and they dumped it in the fucking ocean.
Why?
Because they knew what they had him. They took the blood. They knew who he was.
They're positive. 100% positive.
Yes.
That was an amazing takedown.
They fucking blew up a helicopter when they went in too, by the way. Mm-hmm. So you know.
I remember reading all about that.
No, I bet you did, Andy.
I
bet you fucking did.
No, I did.
So ignorant.
Because I knew some Navy SEALs and stuff like that. I just found it fascinating.
You hang out with all those Navy SEALs. They were like, where's Andy? We want to talk fucking military with him.
A lot of cars from Bellman, though. You know how to spell Bellman?
Behlmann.
Good, baby.
Get on with yourself.
They got lots of cars, the Buick GMC, and then, of course, the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the other side. Stop on in, and I don't know if he's going to be there or not, but ask for Danny. I'm sure he'd like to talk to you, man. Just say hi. And get there today. Sparks, SPARX. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. Sharpen your skates and do it right, Cam, because you go out there and skate.
Oh, I'll be toe picking if I don't get this shit sharpened.
Give me your skates because I will sharpen them for you.
I don't want you doing it.
Why? You just press a button. Anybody can do it.
I can do that then.
Anybody can do it. But I will use a stone and stuff like that afterwards and make
cross grind it for me, will you?
What does that mean? You keep using that term.
You cross grind it. You dig out the fucking edge on it so you can start over with an edge. And it just wears your... Yeah. But some people cross grind it and not edge it out right. And then you're like...
Okay. So check that out. Bellman and Bellman.com. Excuse me, Sparks. Again, use that promo code Cam and Strick. It's going to save you more money than you would save on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, Cam. Which one is your favorite?
They
Black
both
Friday
suck.
or Cyber Monday?
Well,
you're going to save more money.
I just don't deal with
on than either of those days by using the Sparks machine. You get a perfect sharpen every single time.
And then it's worth
This is going to save you money in the long run. Get one for your team. Get one for your house.
Yeah.
If you're a men's league player, you want one. If you have kids that play, you want one. Because you know what happened the other night? I'm like, oh, God, Ty's got school tomorrow. I got to work. He's got a game at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't have time to go to the hockey shop. Yeah. I'm going to do it in my basement.
Yeah, do it in your basement, homie.
It's amazing. I'll be happy to. I might start a business out of my skate sharpening business.
Worry about our business.
If anybody wants to get their skate sharpened, I'd be happy to sharpen them.
Worry about our
for you.
business, Andy. Jesus.
I'll do them for $5. That's a deal.
What business is
so
that
make
then?
sure you got to give me $5, dude. If I take your skates, you got to give me $5.
Yeah, okay, I will. Yoink. God,
Sparks.
damn it. Fucking, oh, God.
SPARX, baby. And again, we appreciate everybody supporting our sponsors. Waggle Golf, I'm heading to take my picture here soon. And I'm going to get on the course and looking forward to a night. It's a beautiful day for golf today, Cam.
You want to come out by me?
Yeah, maybe I'll just hit some balls.
You want to come out by me?
Maybe just go to the golf course and hit some balls.
I'll golf with you.
We don't have time really to do a whole.
I don't want to do it today. Let's do it this week, though.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
You got to come out. You got cigars?
Yeah, I got those cigars from our boy.
GetYourWaggleOn.com. Did you bring those today?
No, you can't. I'm not going to.
All right, Waggle Golf. GetYourWaggleOn.com and check out those quarter zips and the hoodies. The hoodies are out now, Cam. They're new and they're fresh and they look unbelievable.
I'll take one of them bad boys.
I'd like to hook up some of our former guests with some golf attire. I'm trying to think who I should send those to. Who's the big golfers that we've had on?
I don't know.
Everybody.
Just take care of me. We'll go from there.
All right, GetYourWaggleOn.com. So check that out and do it today. And check out their new collection of hooded shirts and sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts and quarter zips and everything else they have over there at Waggle Golf. All right, this has been the Cam and Strick Podcast. We appreciate Andrew Cogliano.
Yeah, man. Cogliano.
The professor.
Yeah.
For joining us on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. Again, hit the like button. Leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Message us on Instagram. Hockey is going to be here before you know it. We'll have so much stuff to get into and lots of great stuff coming for this season as well.
Y'all.
Get yourself a hat at camandstrick.com. Have a great day, everybody.